So here we are starting with our bridge course. In this, we will be dealing with all these important topics which will be required in class 11th and 12th. Okay. It is suitable for each like CBSE students, ICSE students, SSC students and IB board, Cambridge students also. Okay. So it's a 18 days course in which we will be dealing with all the important topics which will be required in class 11th and 12th and which foundation is built from lower classes like 8th, 9th and 10th. Okay. So I am your mentor for mathematics. My name is Suyash Chopra. I will write my name here. And here we will be going with the first chapter, that is number system. All of you have studied number system in class 7th, 8th. Okay. Now we will go into some complex formulas also in that, but we will start from very basics. Okay. At any point, if you are feeling any doubt, you can directly ask me. Okay. So let's begin. So our first chapter for our day one is number system. Okay. So we all know what this numbers means. Okay. In daily life, we use numbers every day. We count money, we count persons, we count chocolates. Okay. So which is the most important number? Your answer might be real number. Okay. But no. First, first there are complex numbers. Okay. And their part is of real number. Okay. The biggest set of numbers is what? Complex number. Real number is part of complex numbers. Correct? And real number are divided into two parts. We all know. First one is rational numbers and second one is irrational numbers. Okay. So in real number, there are two parts. One is rational and second one, which was the left one, is irrational. Okay. Now comes the part inside the rational numbers. What comes inside the rational numbers? Inside the rational numbers there are integers. Okay. And in integers, which will come next? Which will come next? Whole numbers. And inside whole numbers, there are what? Natural numbers. Okay. So this is the division of all the kinds of numbers. The topmost layer is of complex number. Every part is part of complex number. Then there comes real numbers. Then rational and irrational. Two divisions are there. Then comes integers. Then come whole number. Then come natural numbers. Okay. Just make a diagram first. Okay. What are whole numbers? Okay, let's start with complex number. We don't know about complex number, but we will be learning about complex number very soon. Okay. So don't worry for that. We all know what are real numbers. Okay. Real numbers are represented by like this. We will give it a new design. We write only R, but we will put one more line because this will be our notation for class 11th and 12th. Okay. Next one is rational numbers. What are rational numbers? Any numbers which can be represented in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. Any number which can be represented in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. Okay. And here P and Q should belongs to integers. and integers are represented by Z or I. Very basic. Now the important parts. Let's talk about whole number. Whole number are the integers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, and it will go up to infinite. Correct? Next part is natural number. Natural number is part of whole number in which 0 is not included. 0 is not included. These numbers are known as natural numbers. Correct? Yeah. Abhiram is asking that this is, yeah, it's the same course which we have already done in our offline classes, but some students have missed it. Okay. So we are again just going through all the topics again. Like say anyone missed any classes there, they can also attend in this. Okay. Any new student joining Resonance right now, okay, he was late, like he was waiting for SSC result or ICSC result, they can also join. Okay. So we will go from very basic to very advanced level in this course, okay, because we want to build our foundations. Correct. So are we done with writing all these things? Can we move forward? So let's move on to next topic, that are prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers who has only two factors, one and the number itself. These numbers are known as prime numbers. It requires no definition. Everybody knows what are the prime number. So which is the smallest prime number? Which is the smallest prime number? Can anybody tell? Which is the smallest prime number? Okay. So smallest prime number is 2. And it is the only even prime number. Only even prime number. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so on. It will go on. There are infinite prime numbers also. Next term comes is co-prime. Co-prime numbers. What are co-prime numbers? Two numbers having highest common factor as 1 are known as co-prime numbers. Two numbers having two numbers having HCF equal to 1 are known as co-prime numbers. Okay. Any two numbers having only highest common factor as 1. So let's take an example. Let's take 3 and 8. 3 and 8. 3 and 8 will have only what? 1 as the highest common factor. So 3 and 8 are co-prime numbers. Okay. Correct. What are next one? What is the next one? Next one is our twin prime numbers. Okay. So let's write it. Twin prime numbers. Twin prime numbers means two prime numbers having having common difference equal to 2. Twin prime numbers having common difference, like difference between the two prime numbers is 2, then they are known as twin prime numbers. So what is the first twin prime number? What is the first twin prime number? The number will be 3 comma 5. 3 and 5 are twin prime numbers because these two are prime also and difference between them is also 2. What is the next twin prime number? 5 and 7, 11 and 13, 17 and 19, and so on. It will go on. So these numbers are known as twin prime numbers. So three types of prime number definitions are there. First one is what is prime number, what are co-prime number, and what are twin prime numbers. Okay. So Sujit is asking, do we have separate class? No, no. Bridge course is same for everyone, be it mains batch, be it advanced batch, it's same because we are building foundations. Okay. It's helpful for all the students, advanced students and main students, both. Okay. So let me ask you a question now. Okay. So let's say if 2009 is equal to P to the power A into Q to the power B. 2009 is equal to P to the power A and Q to the power P, where P and Q are prime numbers, where P and Q are prime numbers, then then P plus Q is equal to how much? Then P plus Q equal to how much? Let me give you options also. 42, 8, then 3, then 48. Okay, try it. Take a minute. Okay. Yeah, very good, very good. 48. We got two options, 48. No, there will be three classes. Just a second, I am taking. Until then, all can try this question. First class will be of maths from 8 to 9. Okay. Then second class will be of physics from 10, 9, 10 to 10, 10. This is maths class, this is physics class, and 10:20 to 11:20 will be your chemistry class. After that, biology class will be there for the biology students. Okay. So PCM students will do this class and biology students will do physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay. Okay, what are co-prime numbers? Somebody asked. I will just go back to that. Co-prime numbers means difference between two prime numbers equal to 2. Then these are known as co-prime numbers. Okay. Difference between two prime numbers is equal to 2. Then they are known as co-prime numbers. Okay. Like say if you miss anything, don't worry. These all PDF will be sent to you. In the next class, it will be sent to you. So all the slides you will get. Okay, don't worry. If you miss something, no problem. You can write it later also. Okay. Okay, let's solve this question. So we can prime factorize 2009. Can we? Prime factorization. We all know what is prime factorization. Correct? So it can be prime factorized at 7 square into 41 to the power 1. Prime factorization of 2009 is 7 square into 41 to the power 1. Okay. So here we got P value as 7 or Q value as 41, or we can say Q value is 41 and P value is 7. In both the cases their sum will be equal to 48. In both the cases the sum will be equal to 48. Okay. Yeah, please make notes. Please make notes. Notes are important part because it's a 2-year course and you might forget after 1 month, 2 month, or let's say 1 year also. Okay. So we have to make notes, and this course will be running from today to 30th of the month. Every day you will be having classes, and Saturday you will have a test also. Okay. So it's a full prepared planned course for you for your development only. Okay. Don't miss any classes. It might look that you know everything, but it's a bridge course. Bridge course means we are connecting the dots, whatever you have learned from the previous classes, and it will make a bridge to your 11th class. Okay. That's a very good thing. So let's move on to next question. Let's do one more question. Okay. If M and N are integers, if m and n are integers, okay, it can be positive, it can be negative. If m and n are integers, then find number of solutions, number of solutions of equation m square minus n square equal to 7. Then find number of solution of m square minus n square equal to 7. Options are 0, 2, 4 and 8. Okay, give it a try. Until then, I will answer the questions. Yeah, it's in fair notebook, obviously, Shrishti. Okay, yeah. Okay, too fast. We got two answers, 4 and 8. Everyone try it once. M square minus n square equal to 7 and m and n are integers. It will be in PDF format. Next class, I will just after this class ends, okay, I will send in the chat box only. Okay, answer is 4, 8. We got two options, 4, 8. We got two also. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, very good. So see, we all know the formula of a square minus b square. Okay, a square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. So I can write it as m minus n into m plus n. And since m and n both are integers, okay, m and n both are integer. So two integers subtraction is also integer and two integer addition is also integer. You all agree with this? Two integer subtraction is also integer, two integer addition is also integer. So this will be an integer, this will be also an integer, and this is equal to 7. So can I write 7 as 7 into 1? Okay, because there should be two integers. Okay, so there will be two cases. See here, one time I will take m minus n equal to 7 and m plus n equal to 1. This is equal to 7 and this is equal to 1. Next case, m minus n equal to 1 and m plus n equal to 7. Now these two became linear equation in two variables. Okay, we can easily solve them. Let's solve them. So when we will add these two, m minus n equal to 7 and m plus n equal to 1, when we will add these two, we will get 2m equal to 4. So m equal to 2. If I will put m equal to 2, I will get n equal to minus 5. So this is the first solution. Correct? Now solving this, m minus n equal to 1, m plus n equal to 7. Add these two. 2m equal to 8. So m equal to 4. So n equal to 3. By looking at this, we are getting only two solutions. Okay, very good. 4, 3, 2 and minus 5. Okay, now this was the first case. Now the second case will arise. Can I make 7 as product of two negative number also? Yes or no? Minus 7 into minus 1. I can write 7 as minus 7 into minus 1. So I will make a new equation, m minus n, m plus n equal to minus 7 into minus 1. Correct? Now again two cases will be there. First case will be m minus n equal to minus 7, m plus n equal to minus 1. Second case, m minus n equal to minus 1, m plus n equal to minus 7. We have all seen this meme. Okay, just we are changing the terms. Add these two. 2m equal to minus 8. So m equal to minus 4. So n equal to 3. This is our third value. Similarly, solving this, we will get our fourth value. M equal to minus 4 and N equal to minus 3. So what is our correct answer? Answer is 4. Understood? I have done a mistake. Where I have done a mistake? Let me see if you are saying so. Adding these two 4, adding these two 8. Okay. Case 1. Okay. M minus n equal to 7, m plus n equal to 1. When I will add these two, I will get m equal to 2 here. So n equal to minus n equal to 1 will be there. Kya? Adding these two, 2m equal to 8, m equal to 2. Correct. Oh, okay. I have written it 4. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Silly mistake here. M plus n equal to 7, m minus n equal to 7, m plus n equal to 1. Adding these two will get 8. M equal to 4. Thank you very much. And n equal to minus 3. 4 and minus 3. Is it correct now? So m equal to 4. So n equal to what? Now it's correct. Okay. Thanks a lot. Okay. So 2m equal to 8 here. So have we got m equal to 4? Okay, n equal to 3. Correct. So we are getting 4 different values. Correct. So it's a very basic question, and we are here using the property of integers. Okay. Okay. So which step is not clear, Ananya? Please ask. Until then, please everyone write the question. Last one. Okay. So 7, see, Ananya, 7 can be written as product of two negative number also. Yes, 7 can be written as 1 into 7, and the next method is minus 1 into minus 7. So what I have written 7 as minus 1 into minus 7. First case I have taken m minus n equal to minus 7, m plus n equal to minus 1. Correct? So this was our first case. Now I changed m minus n equal to minus 1 and m plus n equal to minus 7. So again two cases. Okay. So total we got how many cases? 4 cases. Correct? Okay. So it's done. Let's move on to next one. If you are not able to write, please take a screenshot. Okay. I think everybody has taken the screenshot if they are not able to write right now. Okay, let's move. Okay, so odd numbers. Now everybody knows what is odd number. Everybody knows what are even numbers. Okay, so let's say we are dealing with odd numbers. Okay, so odd numbers can be represented in the form of odd numbers can be represented as 2n plus 1. Okay, odd numbers can be represented as 2n plus 1. See, where n belongs to integer, where n is integer. Obviously, if I will put n equal to 0, I will get 1. If I will put n equal to 1, it will get 3. If I will put n equal to 2, I will get 5. And so on. Numbers will go on. Okay. And we will be getting all the odd numbers. Similarly, even numbers can be represented as what? Can anybody tell? How can even numbers be represented? Very good, very good. We have smart kids here. Can be represented as 2n, where n is integer. Where n is integer. Yeah, 2n plus 2 is also okay. No problem in that. Simplest form is 2n. Okay. Now let's do a question on this. Okay. If okay, difference of difference of squares of two odd numbers, difference of squares of two odd numbers is always divisible by is always divisible by. We are having, this is a multi-correct question. Multi-correct means more than one option can be correct. These types of questions come in advance. Okay. So it's just a format. Sababat, Harshita, I have written the same thing. For odd numbers, I have written 2n plus 1 only. Okay. And you are written 2n minus 1. Both are same thing. See, if you will put n as equal to 1, you will get what? 1 only. Oh, C and D are option are same. I can put D as 16. Let's change the option. I am just taking question from my head only. Okay. So that's why. Okay, okay, okay. Option A, B, C, D, A, C. Answer is 8. Okay. It's a multi-correct. Not only single option will be correct. More than one option might be correct. All of you are writing only one option. Okay, A, B, C, A, 8, C and D. Okay, let's check it. See, obviously, if C is correct, then B will be correct and A will be correct. If D is correct, then all four are correct. Okay, so it's a chain like system. If any number is divisible by 8, obviously it will be divisible by 4 and 2 also. Okay, so let's take two odd numbers. Okay, so first odd number will be equal to 2n plus 1, and second odd number can be 2m plus 1. N and m we have taken two different quantities. Okay, so difference of their squares, difference of their squares is means 2n plus 1 whole square minus 2m plus 1 whole square. Correct? 2n plus 1 whole square minus 2m plus 1 whole square. Let's open it. It will become a square plus b square plus 2ab, and this will become a square plus b square plus 2ab, and everything will be multiplied by minus. Now you can see 1 and 1 getting cancelled. I will take these two terms together. So 4n square minus 4m square plus 4n minus 4m. Correct? Now I will just write, take 4 common. 4 is common from everything. 4 is common from everything. So n square minus m square plus n minus m. Up to this, I think everybody is clear. Okay. So this is the formula of a square minus b square. So I will write n minus m into n plus m plus n minus m. Okay. If I will take n minus n common from these two, it will become 4 times n minus m into n plus m plus 1. Do we all got up to this point? Is everybody clear up to this point? So we can see it's obviously multiple of 2 and 4 because 4 is outside. Okay. Now, see, now we will make case. If let's say N and M both are even, N and M both are even. So we have to make case here. Let's see the case. N is even, M is also even. Okay, I will write it more clearly here. Let's say I write like this. If N is also even, M is also even. Okay, N M both are even. So this will be an even quantity and this will become an odd quantity. Correct? Now N is odd and M is even. N is odd, M is even. Difference of odd and even is what? Difference of odd and even is odd. So this will become odd and this will become even. Because odd plus even is odd and again adding 1 will make it as even. Correct? Now, next last case is n is also odd, m is also odd. So, difference of two odd number, difference of two odd number is always an even number and this will become odd. So, three cases can be there, three cases can be there and we can see every case has an even number, every case has an even number. And in even number, always a 2 is hidden. And even number, always a 2 will be there. That's the property of even number. So 4 and a 2 will be always there. So it will make it as 8. 16 might come. 16, I am not saying 16 will not come. 16 might come, but it will always not be there. Okay, but up to 2, 4 and 8 factors will be always there. Okay, yeah, Kirtana, which step you couldn't get? Okay, see here, up to this everybody is clear, up to this part everybody is clear, factorization part. What equation? Kirtana, what equation? Two odd numbers means 2n plus 1 or 2m plus 1. We have taken two odd numbers and we have written their difference of their squares. Okay, 3 square minus 1 square is not divisible by 16, so we can, 16 is out of option. Can we check? Very good, very good. That's a very good option. That's a hit and trial approach. We can automatically use that. Okay. Okay. So let's everybody's having doubt in this last step. So I will explain this last step again. Okay. Please take a screenshot until then. I will just move to last step. Screenshot done, everybody. Please say yes. Okay. Yeah, hit and trial is very good approach and very correct approach. But right now we are building base. Okay. So we are going by that logic. Okay. So last step I will explain again. No problem. 4 times n minus m into n plus m plus 1. I think so. This was our last step. N minus m, n plus 1 plus 1. Okay. So here n and m are integers. Okay. M are integers. Okay. So I am taking, say, how many cases will form. Let's talk about cases. Easy. Let's go very slow. है ना? We have to think about the cases. If n is also an integer, m is also an integer. Okay, n is also integer, m is also integer. So I can take n as an odd number, m as also an odd number. So this is our first case. Sorry, n is also an odd number, m is also an odd number. Okay, so can anybody tell me subtraction of two odd number will be always an even number? Am I correct or wrong? Think of any two odd numbers: 7, 3, 11, 9. Okay, 99, 5. Okay, so when I will subtract these two odd number, this will become an even number. Correct? And what is addition of two odd number? Odd plus odd will become odd. Odd plus even will become odd. Even plus odd will also become odd. Sorry, odd plus odd will become even, and these two will become odd. And even plus even will always be an even number. We all agree with this? Two odd number sum will be an even number. Odd plus even, odd, odd, even. Okay. So here it will be odd and odd. Odd plus odd is an odd number. Correct or not? Odd plus odd will be an even number. And even plus odd, even plus one will be make it as, it will be even plus one will make this as odd number. Everybody is clear with this concept? Even plus 1 will become as odd number. Beta, Naman, you have taken 3 and 7 as numbers, but we have to take square of their number. So 7 square is what? 49. 3 square is 9. 49 minus 9 is 40. So 40 is divisible by 8. Okay, you are taking just the number. We have to take difference of their squares. Let's take the next case. N is odd, M is even. N is odd, M is even. Difference of odd and even. Difference of odd and even will become what? Tell me. Odd. Difference of odd and even will become odd. So here it will be 4 times odd number. Now it will be odd plus even plus 1. Odd plus even is what? Odd plus even. I have already written. Odd plus even is odd. And odd plus 1. This is odd. And odd plus 1 make it as even. Correct? Okay, let's move on to last equation. N is also even, M is also even. Even plus even will make it as even. Correct? Everybody is clear. Now here, even plus even is even, and even plus 1 will make this as odd. Even plus even is even, and even plus 1 will make this as odd. So see, in any of the three cases, we are always getting a even number. Either case 4 is not there, obviously. See, we write odd even or even odd. Both things are same. One will become odd, another will become even. So case 4 is not there. No, it's there obviously, but why to write more? Okay. It's already understood it will come in the second case. So in every case we are getting an even number, getting an even number. Okay, so every even number will have 2 included in it. Correct? Every even number will have 2 included in it. Hence, it is always divisible by 8. It can be divisible by 16, but we are not sure that it's always divisible by 16. Second step of right side. Okay, let's, yeah. This thing is written as a square minus b square. Okay, a square minus b square is what? A minus b into a plus b. In both the cases, n minus m is common. So I have taken n minus s common. So what will be left here? N plus m, and what will left here? 1. Okay. So I think so this question is clear to everyone now. It was a good question. That's why we have put it a lot of time in it. Okay. Can we move forward now? Hit and trial is always there. See, hit and trial is always there, but we are learning for mains and advance. It will require solving sometimes. Okay, intent trial can be done. Many of the question I totally agree with you all. Okay, but we have to learn the process also. And these cases will only develop your mind. Okay, these cases will only develop your mind. Okay, let's move on to next small theoretical topic that is known as non-negative integers. Negative integers. Can anybody tell the difference between these two? Or obviously there is a difference. We will write it as positive. Positive. Let's write the next one. Non-positive integers. And last one is negative integers. So these are the four different definitions. Very good, Harshini, very good, Joseph. Whole numbers are non-negative integers. Very good. Only a slight, only one number difference is there, and that will change the outcome of the answers in many of the questions. And JEE always use these words to confuse the students. Non-negative integers means positive, always. Non-negative will be means positive. And zero is neither negative nor positive. And so on it will go. But when we say only positive integers, it will be natural numbers. It will be natural numbers. So non-negative means whole number and negative positive means natural numbers. Very good. Non-positive. Non-positive will go on like this -3, -2, -1 and it will go on up to 0. It will go on up to 0. Okay, coming from negative side and it will be up to 0. Negative integers will be so on and -3, -2 and -1. It will end on -1 only. So I think so it's clear to everyone. Any doubt here? Okay, please write it. Take a 30 seconds. Okay, I will just, yeah, please take screenshot. Done? Okay. So, see, what is our plan? I will just brief it once. Our plan is to build the basics. Okay. Don't think that, okay, we can go to hi-fi level at first move. But day by day, the level will increase. Okay. Day by day, the level will increase. I will send full PDF. Don't worry. है ना? You will get the PDF also at the end of the class. Don't worry for that. It's all here. है ना? We are having 1 hour daily classes. So be regular. It's a request. Consistency is the key. Motivation and everything will fade off in just minutes. You watch a motivational video or motivational quote, it will be just faded away in just some 1 hour or some minutes also. But consistency is the key to success. If you are regular, if you are doing your work regularly, an average student can also be an IITian or an IITian. Because end of the 2 years, there will be around 90 chapters. है ना? Whatsoever sharp mind you are having, but remembering 90 chapters, formulas and everything is a hard task. It can be done only by the student who is consistent. Okay, and at resonance, what we are seeing is today's environment is full of stress. Institutes are giving a lot of stress, making them sit for 12 hours, 13 hours. This is not the kind of study we require. Okay, it's for the student benefit only that we go slow, make the student comfortable, and then put up the pace. It's not like that on the first lecture, I am drawing 10 graph here, there, okay. And students be like, okay, I can't understand anything. What should I do? So there is lot of pressure. You can ask your doubts, whatever doubts you are having also. We will do one more question, then we'll have some 5-10 minutes interactive session here. Okay. Then I can know what you are thinking, what you want to know about. Okay. Is it only for new batch of first year student, also the second who is going? Obviously, it's not required for second year student. If someone has done first year, already he will be knowing these things. Okay. And if it's knowing, not knowing these things, it's a very bad thing. No problem, Joy. At the end, you will get the PDF. You can write everything. Okay. Okay. Let's do a small topic which we all know, that is rationalization. Okay. We all know what does rationalization means. It requires no theoretical knowledge. Okay. So whenever you are seeing a plus root b, any root in denominator, you will rationalize it. Correct. And you will rationalize it by which quantity? Its counterpart, that is conjugate part, a minus root b. Correct. And why we always do it is to make the format of a plus b into a minus b. Yes. So it will look like a minus root b upon a square minus b square. A square minus root b whole square. So this will be a minus root b upon a square minus b. It's a very basic logic. We all know what is rationalization. Okay, let's directly jump to a question. Okay, so if x equal to 3 minus 2 root 2 or x plus 3 root 2, find x square plus 1 by x square. Find x square plus 1 by x square. Give it a try. If x equal to 3 plus 2 root 2, find x square plus 1 by x square. Until then, let everyone try. Okay. Until then, if anyone is having any doubt regarding 11th class, how's the preparation and how's everything. So some students might have enrolled in resonance also. So from which campus, which person is there? Can they tell? Okay, Miapur, Hapsigoda, Karkhana, Madhapur, Maurya. Okay, Nalaganda, Miapur. Okay, nice. Himayat Nagar. Okay, I am teaching in right now in Himayat Nagar only. Chola, Madhapur, Suchitra. Okay, 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 nice. No, those who have attended offline classes and they have understood everything, it's not required. Obviously, I teach for offline only. This is the time. Uh, The Resonance team has called me for the online classes. Grateful for that. That I'm meeting so much of students. Oh, Maurya campus, very good. Manikonda, Sujitra, Maurya. Okay, nice. So, Chola branch. Okay, nice. Okay, so Resonance has 52 campus all around here. Okay, Vani, hi. So every faculty is too knowledgeable here. Okay, so everyone getting to any of the campus will have a great faculty there. And because everybody can't take online classes all together, so I am here on their behalf. Okay, best campus is the campus which you are studying in. Okay, there is nothing like best campus. There is only best students, and best students are made by best teachers, which are at Resonance. So don't worry, everybody will be going good. Just you have to be consistent. I will just say this word for whole 2 years. Be consistent. Be consistent. Yeah, West Maripal is shifted to Karkhana. It's not a big distance. I think so. 2 kilometer only, na? Akshara? Yeah, not a big change. Answer is 17. Okay, yeah. 34. Explain the question. Simple na? X value is given. We have to find x square plus 1 by x square. 17, 34. We are getting two answers. Okay, let's solve this question. Oh, process. Yeah, obviously I will. Hi Rohan, I am also from Himayatnagar campus only. We will meet soon. Okay, 34. I think so 34 is the correct answer only. Okay, see here. So, obviously we can find x square. There is no rocket science in finding x square because x square will be what? A plus b whole square. Let us find 1 by x first. For 1 by x, what we will do? We will just reciprocal it. So it will become 1 by 3 plus 2 root 2. Is this step clear to everyone? X is 3 plus 2 root 2. So 1 by x will become 1 upon 3 plus 2 root 2. So whenever root is there in denominator, we rationalize it. We rationalize it. So let's rationalize it by 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. Is it clear? X was 1 upon 3 plus 2 root 2. Root was there in denominator, so we rationalize it. So 1 upon x will become 3 minus 2 root 2 upon, this is a plus b and this is a minus b. So it will be a square minus b square. A square minus b square. So 1 upon x will be 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 9 minus 8. 2 root 2 square will be 2 root 2 into 2 root 2. Root 2 into root 2 will become 2. Okay. So 1 upon x we got as 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 1. Now we got x value, we got 1 by x value. So let's put it there only. Okay. Let's put it there. So we need to find x square plus 1 by x square. So when I will put the value of x, it will be 3 plus 2 root 2 whole square plus 1 by x square. 1 by x square is squaring both sides. So it will be 3 minus 2 root 2 whole square. Is it clear to everyone? 3 plus 2 root 2 whole square plus 3 minus 2 root 2 whole square. Very good. So let's open it. A plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. 2ab means 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 2 is 12 root 2 plus a square plus b square minus 2ab. Directly we are seeing these two are getting cancelled. So it will be 9 plus 8, again 9 plus 8. That is very correct answer. That is 34. Most of you have got 34 and that's the correct answer. Very good. So is this clear to everyone? Okay. It's a very easy process. X is given, we will find 1 by x. Okay, I am just explaining that once again. X is given, we will find 1 by x. So we will just reciprocal it. Since the root is in denominator, we will rationalize it. After rationalization, we got 1 by x value. Now we put it x value and 1 by x value. Okay, so there is question of Apur, how do we rationalize a plus b plus c? Okay, let's solve that question also. So let's see the question like this. Find, yeah, simplify. We will write it as simplify 1 upon root 3 minus root 2 minus 1. Okay, Apur, you asked this kind of question. So let's solve this. Yeah, everything will come on its time. Every syllabus is fixed. Okay, today is the class of number system rationalization. Next class will be remainder theorem, so on, so on, so on. Quadratic, graph, set theory, this, that, everything will be there. Okay, don't worry. So let's try this question. Give it a minute. Okay. So we have to first put your mind in the logic that which I have explained in the last slide also. What is rationalization means? If there is A plus B, we have to make A minus B. We have to multiply and divide it by A minus B. Obviously, correct? So if I will take minus 2 sign common from this, if I take minus 2 sign common from this, will it look like this? Root 3 minus root 2 plus 1. Does everyone agree with this? If I will take minus sign common, it will become root 3 minus root 2 plus 1. Correct? Yeah. So I will just rationalize it by root 3 plus root 2 plus 1 upon root 3 plus root 2 plus 1. Here it was minus, so I made it as plus. So that this is A and this is B. So this is form of A minus B. This will be A, this will be B. So this will become A plus B. A minus B into A plus B. Correct? Yeah, Naman, I am teaching from CBC book only because I made that book. Okay. So I have collected all the questions from all the materials here and there. I made the CBC book. That's why I am teaching here also. Okay. And we will take new questions also. Obviously, from the offline classes, this online classes will have more questions because we have a freedom here. We will learn many more things also, except the book. But we have to, this is a day one. We will start slow and we will go to a very good level. So let's solve this. So root 3 plus root 2 plus 1 upon a square minus b square. So this will become root 3 whole square minus root 2 plus 1 whole square. Okay. So let's solve this. It will become root 3 plus root 2 plus 1 upon 3 minus 2 plus 1 plus 2 root 2. Open this. Root 3 plus root 2 plus 1. 3 and 3 are getting cancelled. Minus 2 root 2. Just rationalize it by root 2. We have to remove the root from the denominator. So just rationalize it by root 2. Okay, and our question will be done. So it will be minus times root 6 plus 2 plus root 2 upon 4. I think so. Somebody gave this answer already. Very good. Lakshmi, I can't see your full name. Lakshmi Prasad, I think so. Okay, that's good. Very good. What's your name? Yeah, it's a big name. It's not coming in that full Zoom. Okay, so I think so. Today's class was a bit informative for you. Lakshmi Priya. Okay, sorry. So that was a very good answer. You solved very correctly. So we will again meet tomorrow at 8 a.m. Your next class will be on 9:10. Okay. Physics class will be there. Okay, so it's both for NEET students and JE students. Correct? Yeah, minus sign I have taken here. Minus sign I have taken here. Okay, not easy, not easy. Consistency will be the key. Okay, bye everyone. We will meet tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the class for today. Okay, bye.
Hello everyone, good morning. Myself, Avinash Mutha, of course, a physics person. So, welcome everybody. It's very nice to see that you people have made a big decision. You have opted your subjects. You have thought something about your future prospects. I'm sure before coming here, a lot of thought process would have gone into action, a lot of debates, a lot of pros and cons of going everywhere must have gone through so many minds. And as a conclusion, now today you are here. So, my name was Avinash, sir. Your name is still Avinash Maurya. Still, I can see your name is Avinash. Don't say my name was. We are Avinash. We will always be Avinash. Okay. Avinash name itself means something which is indestructible. No one can make us was. We will be is and we will be will. हम हैं, हम रहेंगे, है ना? So let's say yes, we are Avinash. So Maurya sir, welcome. I think there is one more Avinash sir. I was just going through this chat names. Am I right? There is one more Avinash sir. Except Maurya, is there one more Avinash sir? Myself, Vani sir. Welcome, Vani. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So, uh, welcome, Sudiksha. Let's begin. Uh, you people might be feeling a nice accomplishment that yes, at least you have cleared the board exams and now you are matured to go with the optional subjects. Now you will be devoting whole your energy on only those subjects which you have opted for. So certainly those different situations where our energies were going, maybe you might not be very interested in even say, some history or political science. Now your energies are all diverted here. So yes, it's a good thing. We are on that verge from where now we can start our dedicated journey. Right? Of course, Vani. It will be very nice of you all if you can keep on asking the doubts. Your chat box is right in front of me, it's open. So probably I'll be just having a glance on that repeatedly. Of course, you can ask doubt, and suppose sometime it happened that you type a statement, and maybe if 4 or 5 students again type something, if your message scrolls up, if I don't respond to it after just 30 or 40 seconds, you can just again either raise hand or put up a question once again. So, guys, feel free to ask whatever we have in the mind. The purpose of this interaction is to make you people aware and rather I can say that inform you people. You can make a better informed choice that how the subjects will be changing. Okay, physics we have been studying uh, as a separate subject maybe from class ninth, and now what will change? What happens once you go with the optional subjects? When you take the physics as an optional subject, now certainly since you will be spending more time on that, so you will be expected to dig in more deep. Now it will be expected that you have more extensive knowledge, you have a deeper understanding, you are able to explain more natural phenomena. You should be more strong from some mathematical analysis point of view. So these all are the things which we will try to see here. Uh, in these coming almost 3 weeks, we will be taking maybe 2 or 3 chapters, and the pursuit will be that you people can realize that how a certain topic was carried on till class 9 and now how it may go in class 11. Voice is low. Ritika is saying voice is low. So can we raise the volume? It's okay. For other ones, it's okay. Is my volume fine? No, okay, fine. Harshini, no. Let's not say that physics is going to be tough. let's just say physics is going to be a little demanding. So when I say a little demanding, that means you will just have to be regular with that. Okay. The nature of our course, our syllabus, it will be going on in such a way that the second chapter will be associated with the first one. The third chapter will be associated with the second one. So suppose if you are on chapter number 7, and if you are not thorough with the previous chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then there may be a pain. You may have to go through some difficulty. Even while being on the chapter 7, you might have to go back to say chapter number 2, check where we were missing there, correct that, and come back to the present chapter. So this is one aspect, that number one, consistency or regularity is very important. Number two, yes, what people would have told you that yes, physics is tough or whatever. I mean, in a certain way, people must have told you that even the preparation for JEE is tough. So why this comes in the category of tough? Because more inputs are required. Okay, more inputs are required. We have to learn to stick to the situations, to the problems, just not like a homework or a classwork or from the test point of view. See, down the line, we are learning science because science is interesting, right? It helps us to explain the nature. It helps us to explain the phenomena going around us. So I'm sure that curiosity must have been your guiding force behind opting for the science. Or if it's not the first guiding force, it may be the third one, second one, or the fourth one. See, if I'm not wrong, why most of us go for science? Number one, there are good future prospects, right? As far as our market scenarios are concerned and the present future projections, even if we talk about them, there are more chances, or we can say that future prospects can be better starting with the science. So I'm sure many of you might be having that as your first guiding principle, no harm with that. How to improve our knowledge in physics for mains and advanced. Dhanush, let's be a little patient. See, it's a long journey. It's not a T20 match, it's a 5 day match, or rather, let us say a series of 5 day match. So we have to learn to be patient and slow. Certainly, beta, your question how to improve our knowledge in physics for mains and advance, we have to start from the beginning. That's one thing what I want everybody to keep in mind. Please don't think that we have become very senior now. From the learning of physics or maths or chemistry point of view, please have the mindset that we are beginners. Treat yourself as beginners. In a way, coming to class 11 is similar to coming to, say, class nursery or KG. There you were going to the school for the first time, learning the alphabets for the first time, and now we will be assuming that we are going towards the proper rigorous physics for the first time. Why I'm saying first time, then you might think, हम लोग 9 10 तक क्या झक मार रहे थे? What we were doing so far? Right, certainly. I'm not undermining your efforts, what you did till 9th and 10th. But see, understand one thing. Uh, 9th and 10th physics is there for everybody, even those who are very clear कि we don't have to pursue science. Understand? So that's why the level, the coverage, the treatment of the subject, everything is taken in such a way as if everybody can deal with that, and only the bare minimum situations, the least amount of maths, the most simplistic type of explanations, those we were going through. So you will see that in these coming times, even rather in this coming 2 weeks, you will see that what we studied in class 9 and 10, and now what we will do, how we will talk about it. For example, if I speak about the equations of motion. Now, I'm sure all of you have done equations of motion probably in class 9, or maybe somebody would have done in 8th or 10th. but I'm sure all of you are comfortable with the equations of motion. But now, based on the equation of motion, what type of situations we will try to address, and the way we look at the entire setup of the equation and the way you were doing it in class 9 or 10, you'll be able to see that there is a difference in them. Harshini is saying ICSC 10 physics will be repeated in 11 physics. Correct, beta. Correct, Harshini. The topics will be repeated, and yes, if you have read those topics beforehand, it will be an advantage for you. But even you will realize that whatever we did till 10th, and the same thing in 11th, the extensive nature of the topic will be more. We will be dealing everything more extensively, more in depth, something like that. No problem, Jeevan. Jeevan is saying, I'm from SSC board. Not at all, no problem. See, why I told you that treat yourself like as if you have come to the nursery or the KG classes. One reason is this also, because when we will be teaching, not only in the physics, chemistry, maths, mostly we will be starting in such a way as if you haven't heard of anything. Okay? So, in a way, I can say that you will be going as a newcomer. We won't expect that you know what momentum is. We don't expect that you know what momentum conservation is. Right. So this is how I'm saying that treat yourself like the beginners. We will be starting every topic from the very scratch. And yes, you will be always expected to put up with your doubts. Switching from CBSE to state gonna be hard, but let's keep these questions for a bit later. There is no need. I mean, boards don't make much of difference. No matter from which board we are, it won't make much of difference. Now, what matters is the preparation, what we do in these 2 years, right? Someone told me that physics cannot be said easy or hard as it's up to us. Perfectly. Perfectly, Shreya. You can't say physics is easy or tough. If you stay consistent, if you keep yourself keen in the topic, it won't be hard. But if you pick up physics one day, leave it for 3 days, again pick it up fourth day, then yes, it might be difficult, because that difficulty will come from the lack of consistency that we don't want to go into. Okay, Vani, no problem from SSC board. Trust me, this is just not making you feel good type of statement. Trust me, it doesn't matter which board you are from. Also, it won't matter much what percentage did you get in class 10th. Whether you got 98% or you got 78%, when it comes to understanding the 11th concepts, it doesn't make much of difference. What is really important is the hunger to learn something new. If you have come for physics, that one thing must be there in the mind, that we should have that inquisitive nature. Why things are happening in a certain way, that's what we have to do. Shloka Reddy, when will you start the class? We only have 1 hour. Yeah, in a way, I have started my class, beta. See, whatever I'm communicating right now, these are the things which you have to keep in mind for the coming 2 years. I just afraid of physics. How do I overcome? How to be consistent in physics? Well, see, guys, I'm getting different types of perceptions about physics. Some of you are finding it easy, some of you are finding it difficult. What I want is that please come with a blank mind. Start your onwards preparation with a blank mind. Even if you like physics, don't have an opinion about yourself, कि I am good at physics. Or even if suppose you were struggling, still don't come onto that state of mind, कि no, I am bad at physics. I want everybody to start with a blank paper. Everyone's mind should be like a blank paper. Let's see how we are able to write on it. Whatever we have done so far is very less utilized for the next coming things. You get me? Whatever we have done or whatever we have missed so far, that will have very less impact on what we are supposed to do in the coming times. So kindly try to make a blank state of mind for the preparation. All right. So I wish everybody all the best. I wish that you people are able to put your best foot forward for these coming 2 years and you can make a good future. See, understand one thing enjoying life, enjoying this age where you are in right now is one aspect, and destroying the future is another aspect. So, yes, enjoy the present, but not up to that extent that it can destroy your future. So, everybody will have to make a balance as you have to live your present life also, and you have to make your future also secure. So this balance is something which we are expecting that we follow in the coming times, right? What would physics feel like in 11 and 12, sir, exploring new phenomena or like solving mathematical terms? It will be a combination of both, basically. Yes, new phenomena will also be there, and yes, there will be a very uh, good amount of reliance on maths also, right? Uh, Thank you, Kirti. Thank you so much. So let's start, bachon. Once again, all the best. Uh, Try to stay as kids only. The smiles which all we know, the laughter which we have, the happiness, the joy which we all have, please maintain it. Along with the studies, don't try to become more serious, more stressed. You have to stay imaginative, and to stay imaginative, your brain has to stay in a healthy state of mind. You have to learn things, you have to learn studies, but after that, you have to stay imaginative, you have to keep a fresh mind. So बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस नहीं लेना बच्चों. चीज़ें मुश्किल भी हो रही है. If things don't appear very convenient on certain phases, just realize that you can certainly go through that. Maybe more time is needed, right? And this is not just a motivational statement, it is a fact. Something which is not understood right now, if your brain can stick to it for a long time, it will certainly be understood with you. Got it? So that's how I want you people should start. The blank mind, no own perceptions. I'm good at physics, I'm bad at physics, physics is good, physics is bad, IIT easy, IIT tough. All these discussions have been done so many times. Only after that you people are here. Now, once we have listened to our all the analytical or the sixth sense, whatever we say, now let's just proceed and see how the things are going. Fine, let's not keep on checking ourselves all the time. Once we have made a decision, let's implement that. And after that, let's see how the things turn up. The things what we are trying to do might not show the result in 1 day or 2 days. It may take more time. So when I'm saying that put your best effort and be patient, I mean sometimes maybe if you're weak in a certain topic, you may need a week or maybe 10 days to come out of that problem. So just be patient and let's start our journey. Fine. Janvi, how many chapters are there in physics? Beta, numbers don't matter. Even if, say, the number of chapters is 30 or 40 or 50, that won't make much of difference. Why? Because there is one chapter in the physics which we will be able to finish in 2 days. And there is one chapter in the physics which will need at least 28 days to finish. So the length of the chapters are very unequal. So it doesn't make a sense. From the numbering point of view, maybe you have two chapters and maybe two chapters almost like one chapter. So let's not think about that. Let's start our syllabus, our topics. Uh, Physics, just a moment. See, we say physics is the study of physical quantities. We say physics is the study of physical quantities. Physics is the study of the natural laws, natural principles, or the rules or the phenomena, whatever word we use, down the line, it's understanding the world around us in the form what we see on what we can't even see. On the microscopic level, we know atoms, molecules, electrons exist. We can't see them, but still we want to explain how they would work. So first comes the understanding of the physical quantities. Broadly, you can say physics is the study of physical quantities. And to understand how these physical quantities will behave, there will be certain laws, certain principles, certain rules, and we'll be able to explain some phenomena. Uh, Ansya, I am taking just introductory physics. Our first chapter is the introduction to physics and it involves units and dimensions. So today is the day of introduction and now I'll be coming towards the units. So that is the very first chapter, physical quantities and units and dimensions. All right. So broadly speaking, physics is the study of physical quantities and the corresponding laws, principles, and whatever thing is involved. Now, being a science student, you should know few basic, I can say, the content or the outlines or the segregations or the classifications which are involved here. So, some things just for our own knowledge. See, our today's understanding of science is based on the thousands years of understanding from the history. So people have been trying to explain the nature in the most scientific way, even somewhere as back as 3000 BC. So that was the time from where people started to show their scientific inquiry, their way of logical thinking. But frankly speaking, almost till 1600 AD, there was no much major achievement or any way of looking at the things which could be a paradigm shifting situation that didn't happen around 1600. Just before 1600, Galileo was born. So Galileo and the Copernicus, I mean, these were the people who first time started to give something in the concrete manner. When I say concrete manner, that means those principles, those ideas. I'm sure you people know what's the principle of inertia. So that principle of inertia was given by Galileo back in the 15th century. Right, so this is the time from where Galileo, Copernicus, they started doing their maths. They explained how the planetary motions are happening. They were the first people to say that sun is at the center of our solar system and the planets are revolving around it. You might have read somewhere that those people were very punished very badly for that. Galileo and Copernicus, both of them were jailed, if you know, and one of them died in the jail only because they said this is anti-religious statement. To say that Earth is revolving around the sun, that was called as some non-religious or against the religion type of statement. So they were jailed. They had to face very bad consequences. Well, anyways, immediately after Galileo, then there was Newton. And this is the time from where we can say a sudden change happened. After the Newton, first the Newton himself, Newton was arguably one of the biggest legend in our history of physics. Yes, many people may be arguing that why not Einstein and why Newton. So let's keep this discussion for some future time. Today, let's not get into that. Anyways, Newton gave us a lot of things in the science. What we are understanding today, what maths we are using today, a lot of contribution was given from Newton. Muturu, correct. Nikola Tesla is also arguably one of the most genius minds. Correct, you are correct. Even when Einstein was asked that what do you feel like when people call you the most intelligent man on the earth? So Einstein said, I don't know, go and ask Tesla. So see how humble he was, how great he was. The people are referring to him as the greatest mind alive, and he himself is saying that Tesla is the greatest mind. Correct, beta? Tesla also had a very remarkable mind which nobody else had. The practical application, when it comes to the applied physics, there was nobody else like Nikola Tesla. Agreed. So yes, if you take the top names in our physics contribution, so they will always surface at the top: Newton, Einstein, and yes, certainly Tesla. So, anyways, after the Newton, from this 1600 AD till almost 1901 AD, during these almost 300 years, during these 300 years, there were many scientists born in different parts, but mostly in Europe and America only, not in the other parts in these era. So, if you have heard this word of name of Benjamin Franklin, Michael Faraday, Carl Friedrich Gauss, Leibniz, Bernoulli, these all people were born during these 300 years. So it's a very strange thing that what didn't happen in the previous almost 4,500 years. I mean, this development was like almost nothing, very less mathematical and precisely physical phenomena were prepared in those times. And just after that, in these 300 years, so many people were there, and their contributions we are using till date. For example, if I tell you about that, we are using this, what we say, mobile phones. So our wireless communication is entirely based on how the light travels as a wave. So this wave idea of the light was given by a scientist with a very long beard, James Clerk Maxwell. So Maxwell gave us the theory some 200 years back, and we are still using that. Okay, so let's respect that. People have been giving us from history so many things, and which we are still using. But anyways, whatever was done during these 300 years, these contributions, we usually call that as a classical physics. Okay? Whatever things were developed during these 300 years, that comes in the category of classical physics. And from 1901 to roughly, I can say, 1945, during these 45 years, another revolutionary idea came up, and that was quantum physics. All right, quantum physics. In 1901, there was a person called Max Planck. Max Planck first time proposed the idea of these photons, uh, or how the quantization happens in the nature, and from this, it was the beginning of quantum physics. So after Max Planck, then Einstein adopted it. After Einstein, then there was Niels Bohr who used it for the explanation of atomic structure. Then there were so many different legendary people around the globe. All of them started working on this idea, and that's how the quantum physics was developed in a very extensive way as what we see it today. Yes, Planck's constant is involved in that only. So there were many people. I mean, these two are the only prominent name, Einstein and the Max Planck. But other than them, there was this Niels Bohr I told you. There was Louis de Broglie. Then there was Erwin Schrödinger. There was Wolfgang Pauli. There was Henry Yukawa. There were so many people who made some contributions to the physics. Rutherford also, yes. But actually, Rutherford did not use the quantum idea. Rutherford was in those times only, that's correct. He was in the early 1900s, he was active. but actually Rutherford did not use the idea of quantization. The only difference between the Rutherford's model of the atom and the Niels Bohr model of atom is that the idea of quantization was not used by Rutherford and it was used by Niels Bohr. Okay, so that's why we say that the Bohr's model of atom is based on the quantum physics. Rutherford's model is based on classical physics because it does not use the quantum. So, well, broadly, now you should know that there is a classical physics and there is a quantum physics. Of course, the physics is same, but the approach is different. Classical physics is mostly based on those laws, those principles which were given by Newton. So, classical physics is sometimes also called a Newtonian physics because the fundamentals of this approach comes from what the Newton gave us. All right. Quantum physics has an altogether different mathematical approach. Now, in these 2 years, we will not be studying quantum physics exclusively. We will be doing some assumptions or some conclusions which are based on them, but we won't be learning quantum physics. Kiriti, quantization means that if few physical quantities can only exist on certain values, then we say it is a quantized quantity. For example, if you think that you have to turn up the volume of any speaker, you would have seen that on some speakers there is a round knob. If you rotate the knob, the volume is increasing. The knob rotates very slowly, right? And then there are some volume knobs in which if you turn them, you can feel some slots being in them, being present. Cut, 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 cut. So if you turn them, you can see that they are turning only by a fixed amount at a time. You can't make the dial in between those two levels. So if there are those cut, 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 cut levels present, we say it is a quantized way to increase the volume. And if you are able to increase the volume smoothly, we say it is the continuous way. So understand it this way that quantization maybe can be said as opposite to something being continuous. What is the major difference between physics and quantum physics? Let's not say there is a difference. Let us say the physics can be approached through these two ways. These are two different streams to approach the physics. One is the classical physics, one is the quantum physics. Okay. In our syllabus, I told you we don't have the analysis of quantum, we don't have the maths of quantum. We will only be using some conclusions, some results which have been borrowed from the results of quantum. See, quantum needs more advanced mathematical skills, which you people might not be able to develop in these 2 years, right? Quantum is something which needs even more deeper level of understanding of math. So in these 2 years, actually, you will be raising your caliber on the maths, but not of that level that you can go on the quantum. Okay, so yes, quantum is something big. Quantum is something in which you have to be well prepared with the maths before going to that. Before going for the quantum, you have to be prepared to be stupefied. Quantum makes you feel stupid, and if you don't feel stupefied, that means you are not understanding. Niels Bohr said this statement. If somebody don't feel so stupefied after studying quantum, he hasn't understood it. So, quantum is not something what we can expect to learn in the beginning. Quantum will come as we can say a climax in the end that how the things can be dealt in the most precise ways. Fine. So, anyways, presently, you people should know what classical physics is and what quantum physics is. Classical physics are involving those laws and principles which were prepared, which were given during these 300 years. They did not use the ideas of quantum. So in a way, you can understand that when I say classical physics, that means this is the non-quantum physics. We are not going to talk quantum in this approach. Got it? And when we say quantum physics, then you are not using the classical physics approach. What is the basic difference? That will take time for you to understand because the relevant maths has to be told you. The overall approach will be different. In which branch do you teach? But I am at a Chola campus. All right, here in Madhapur, I'm in Chola campus. So I hope we have a little idea about classical physics. And see, if you are not very clear about what quantum physics is, don't feel bad. Almost nobody is clear about quantum physics. So it's very dignified to say, even if you say, "Bhai, mujhe quantum nahi aati, I don't understand the quantum." To say this thing, one doesn't needs to feel bad because almost nobody understands quantum. Okay, one has to go stupid before understanding quantum. And as far as we think, all of us are sane, all of us are sensible people, so it's fine. Take some time to think in detail about quantum. All right. Uh, Puneet, class is going on. I hope you are listening. I'm taking class only. Right. I'm not telling a joke. I'm not singing a song. The class is going on. Listen attentively. Okay. Now, in this classical physics, also, see, there will be different portions. I mean, the overall physics preparation is divided into some, what we can say, different chapters, different segments. So, they have different names for them also. Uh, if I only speak about the classification of classical physics, the first part of the classical physics is about mechanics. So we say that mechanics is the first branch. Not the first, I mean, numbering doesn't matter, just I have written it first. So mechanics is all about the forces in nature, the motions, what we see in the nature, the associated energy, uh, how the gravitational forces work, how the electromagnetic forces work, how friction works, how rotation happens, how circular motion happens, and even we talk about few waves here also. If you have a string and a wave is traveling through that, even that wave motion is also considered coming in this portion of mechanics. So, in this year of class 11th, we will be spending almost 70% of our time on the mechanics. Okay, almost 70% of the time will be spent on mechanics. And after that, after completing the mechanics, then the second part will come, which is we call as thermal physics. The second part is the thermal physics, and as the name indicates, you'll be studying about heat, temperature, evaporation, freezing, engines, gases, pressures, energies associated with them, how the refrigerator works. So these all things will be coming in the thermal physics. Yes, calorimetry also, Harshini, correct? So this all will come in thermal physics. These two portions make up our class 11th syllabus. Okay, in the class 11th, we have these two segments of mechanics and thermal physics. Then, when we start our class 12, we start with electromagnetism. Electromagnetism involves the study about the charges, the forces present between them. If the charges start moving, we call it as the current. So, how the current moves, how the potential difference arises. So, the resistance, Ohm's law, magnetic effect of current, electromagnetic induction, direct current, alternating current. These all will be studied in electromagnetism. It is the joint word for electro and magnet. Okay. So electromagnetism will again take, I can say about 60%. Yeah, Faraday's law also, correct, Anush. Faraday's law is also a part of electromagnetism. This will again take about 60% of the time for class 12. After electromagnetism, then we have optics. Optics is the study of light. Optics is divided into three further classifications: geometrical optics, uh, wave optics, and the physical optics. Okay, so out of these three, we'll be going with the two of them, the geometrical optics and the wave optics. In one portion, we will treat the light as a straight line wave, and another one, we will treat them like a wave coming from some wavefront. So there are two different approaches for the optics. This will also be in class 12. And after optics, then we have so-called modern physics. When I say modern physics, actually we will be discussing about the major new informations or the understanding which we developed during these years. I mean, the modern physics involves the conclusions coming from the quantum physics. So we have atomic structure here, we have the nuclear structure here, we have the X-rays, uh, we will study a topic called the photoelectric effect, radioactivity. Perfect, Harshini. Radioactivity will be also done here. And yes, also something about semiconductors. Semiconductors are those devices, those substances which have made our electronics items come to life. Whichever electronic instrument we are using, the camera, the phone, the TV, whatever, even nowadays our washing machines are also having some electronic components in them. So every electronic instrument is using semiconductor in one or the other way. So how are these semiconductors different from the normal conductors and insulators? This will be coming. So see guys, these are the five broad branches of the physics. So being a physics student, I think we all should know about these basics. Fine, syllabus, topics, yes, they would be coming. But since we are going to start a long journey, the basics, the fundamentals, and those things which matter the most, they should be known to us. All right? Length, mass, temperature, luminous intensity. Yes, Varun, I think you are telling me the list of the fundamental quantities. Fine. So while this was the idea of our classification of physics, now let's come on to the topic. Anyone having any question here? Whatever I have said so far, is anybody having any question on this? I can just take 1 minute. Whatever I have said so far, is anybody having any question on that? No? Okay. So let's start with some again discussion on physical quantity. I'm using the symbol Q for a physical quantity. Okay. Now the question comes, what is a physical quantity? See, whatever topic we start with, we first should be clear what the word means. What is the meaning or what is the message coming from that term? So what is a physical quantity? Any quantity which can be measured. Any quantity which can be measured is called a physical quantity. So the length, mass, time, speed, force, these all are physical quantity. Those things which you can't measure, which are usually subjective, they are not physical quantity. For example, I can say happiness is not a physical quantity. Uh, Tension is not a physical quantity. Pain is not a physical quantity because you can't measure them, right? Temperature is a physical quantity, but you can't say that hotness and coldness is a physical quantity. You should not say that. Do you agree with me? I'm saying temperature can be said as a physical quantity, but if I say it's hot or it is cold, Now, this hot and cold should not be a physical quantity. Why? Because doesn't the answer to this changes from person to person. Right now in this room, the AC is functioning at a temperature of 24 degree, right? So the temperature in my room is 24 degree. 24 degree is a physical quantity. I'm okay with that, but maybe somebody comes and he say कि नहीं यार बहुत गर्मी लग रही है मेरे को तो it's very hot here. How are you surviving? So he may say the room is very hot, or maybe somebody else comes and say room is very cold. How are you surviving at 24 degree? So yes, temperature is a fundamental quantity, but how do I feel about that? Whether I feel hot or I feel cold, that is a subjective thing, right? You may feel something different, I may feel something different. So let's be clear, hotness and coldness are subjective. They are not physical quantity. Temperature is the physical quantity. All right. So, whenever we have to express a physical quantity, mostly there are three ways to do that. Okay. Number one, either some physical quantity is expressed in form of a number only. Number two, sometimes the physical quantity will be expressed like a product of a number and a unit. And sometimes the physical quantity can be expressed as a product of number, a unit, and a unit vector. Okay, so I'm saying these are the three possibilities in which a physical quantity can be expressed. Now, let me give you example. When I say the physical quantity is just a number, probably I'm thinking about refractive index. Don't we say that for the glass, the refractive index is 3 by 2 or any other number? But tell me, is this 3 by 2 having any unit? When you speak about the refractive index, does refractive index has a unit? No, right? And still we know what this 3 by 2 number represents. This represents that if the light will go into this medium, the speed will become 3 by 2 times. Yes, Varun correctly said because it is a ratio. Very good. It is a velocity by velocity, so no unit. Perfect. And yet we use it, and yet it conveys some information. Yes or no? If I say diamond has the refractive index of a 3, so only the number 3 tells me that the speed of the light will become one third inside the diamond if you compare the speed from the vacuum. If the light is traveling in the vacuum with the speed of a c, now in the diamond it will travel with the speed of c by 3 if the refractive index of diamond is 3. Got it? So even a number can convey some information if the number is understood correctly. You don't need a unit for that. Many students are asking what is a unit vector. I'll come on to that, beta. I'm on point number one. I come on to point number three. I'll explain. Second one is the physical quantity, which is expressed like a number multiplied by a unit. This is the most common form of expression. Uh, 90% physical quantities are expressed this way only. You write something like, say, 9 meter, 10 second, or 2 Newton, or 3 joule. So you can see with every number, I have placed a unit. Now, what is the purpose or the benefit of putting the unit? Number one, the moment I put the unit, I don't have to tell you which physical quantity I am talking about. I don't need to tell you that 9 meter is a distance, isn't it? Do I have to tell you 9 meter is a distance? पता है भाई मीटर डिस्टेंस नहीं आएगा 9 meter can't be my weight. So we know this. So the moment I put a unit, you automatically understand which physical quantity I am talking about. 10 seconds. Second is a measure of time, so you know it is a time. 2 Newton represents a force. 3 Joule represents an energy. Right? So the purpose of the unit is that the moment you put the unit and the physical quantity is revealed. I don't have to tell you. I had to tell you that this n is refractive index. If I did not tell you that n is the refractive index, you could not tell me what 3 by 2 means. Right? So in a way, number one type of expression was lacking in one thing, that it could not express itself. The moment I write n equal to 3 by 2, why is it a necessity that n should be refractive index only? I can assume n as a symbol for something else also, right? So we will have to tell that n represents refractive index, then only the 3 by 2 number makes a sense. But in these remaining representations, I don't need to tell you anything. If you understand the units well, you can get what I have written. Okay? Now the last thing, the physical quantities which are having a number, a unit, and a unit vector. Now see, this type of representation is utilized in vector representation. I'm sure you people know what a vector is and what a scalar is. Vectors are very strongly associated with directions, and in scalars we say directions are not important. We will talk about that more detailed later on. But just now, when we say vector, then we say the direction becomes very crucial. Vectors must have direction, and that direction should be expressed also. Got it? That direction has to be expressed. So to express the direction, we use this term, we use this idea of a unit vector. How does it come into action? Let's understand briefly. See, this is our coordinate system. Let me say this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. Now, what we do, we accept that along these four directions, we will assign four unit vectors. So I say unit vector along x-axis is I cap. Okay. Unit vector along, ये मैंने z क्यों लिखा है यहाँ पे? This was actually minus x. I'm sorry. It should have been minus x. Yeah. So along positive x I cap, along negative x axis minus I cap, along y axis j cap, and along minus y axis minus j cap. Now you have to remember it like this: K I cap is a unit vector along positive x axis. Minus I cap is a unit vector along negative x axis. J cap is a unit vector along positive y axis. Minus j cap is a unit vector along negative y axis. So see, these are just symbols. Yeah, I am explaining that only, Rohan. Just listen. I'm saying that these I cap, j cap, minus I cap, minus j cap, these are the unit vectors. What do I mean when I say unit vector? See, the word unit means the magnitude is 1. Their magnitude is 1. They only show the direction. So, how does it work? How does it work? Imagine that suppose I was initially standing on the origin. Okay, I was initially standing at the origin. Now, if suppose I walk 6 meters towards positive x axis, from the origin, if I move 6 meters towards positive x axis, I will say I have undergone a displacement of 6 meter I cap. Now, if you agree with me, I have told you that I cap shows the unit vector along positive x-axis. Once being said, now when I say 6 meter I cap, this I cap means only one thing, that the displacement is along positive x-axis. If I only say my displacement is 6 meter, now you don't know in which direction did I got displaced, plus x, minus x, somewhere else. But if I say 6 meter I cap, now there is no question of the direction. I must have gone 6 meters towards positive x-axis. Even if I was not at origin, even if suppose I was standing at this point P, and now I say from the point P, I will be undergoing a 6 meter I cap displacement. That would look like this only. Still, it is 6 meter towards positive x-axis. So, I mean, starting point doesn't matter. Wherever you are situated, if I say 6 meter I cap, that means it is the displacement along positive x-axis. Got it? If I say the displacement is a minus 3 j cap, that means if suppose I was initially at the origin, now I will be going 3 meters towards minus y axis. So this is the work what these unit vectors are doing. They are actually converting a scalar into a vector. To convert a scalar into a vector, I am multiplying them by these I cap or j cap. The moment you multiply them, now I say this whole thing is a vector quantity. And when I'm going to express a vector quantity, we put an arrow above the symbol also. So when I write it this way, suppose if I write S equals 6 meter I cap. Now, when you look at the left side, this arrow only signifies that I am expressing a vector quantity. It doesn't matter whether the body is actually going towards right or left, this arrow will always remain like this, okay? Please don't get confused that since the body was going right, so the arrow is also right. Even if suppose the displacement is in this direction, I will still say S vector. So with any alphabet, if you put an arrow upwards, that becomes an expression for the vector notation. So the moment you have an arrow above F, it would be a force vector. All right. Uh, Apur was asking what is meant by cap. Understand, beta, one thing. If I say F vector, that means it is a force of some magnitude, force of some magnitude. You ask me how much, I say don't know. You ask me, can it be 0? I said maybe. Can it be 10? Maybe. Can it be minus 100? Maybe. So F vector is a general expression for any magnitude of F. F vector simply shows that I am speaking in vector notation. Alright? But if I write F and a cap over it, you can see I replaced that arrow with a cap. If any alphabet is having a cap over it, we call it like a unit vector. When we say unit vector, that means the magnitude of this vector will be always 1. So, a unit vector is that whose magnitude is 1, and that's why only if you understand that when I said the displacement is a 6 meter towards positive x-axis, I could multiply the 6 meter by I cap. Now tell me if the magnitude of I cap was not 1, Wouldn't the multiplication change the magnitude? And that I cannot do. I was only trying to assign a direction. I was only trying to fix up a direction. Okay. How should we pronounce it when an alphabet is given an arrow on its top? See, beta, if it is like this thing, you will only read it like F vector. F vector. And if it is like this, you will call it F unit vector. Okay, this you will read as F vector, and this you will read as F unit vector. That's all. So this is the type of expression which gives you the details about direction also. Okay, so today's time's up. A little discussion on this topic will be continuing tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll come on to the discussions on units and dimensions. Should we mention displacement with cap to tell its displacement? Yes, Naman. If you want to express your displacement in the vector form, you will have to put the arrow. Correct. Why did you take I as the symbol? Because this is something done by the SI system of unit. You can always think now, okay, if we show the axis is this is X, this is Y. Why do you call them X and Y? Why not ABC? Now, these notations are being standard prescribed by the SI system. So, what I am telling you is also the conclusions, the results which were given by the SI system. So, they prescribe and we all follow. It's good now. If all of us have our own convention, that will always create and cause in some confusion. And we don't want that. So, it's okay. We accept them. If change is required, we can protest. Okay, so that's all, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy. See you tomorrow. Next class would be chemistry after 10 minutes break. Okay, so stay tuned.
Okay. Huh. So the topic which we are going to start now with a basic terms in chemistry. Basic terms in chemistry. Okay. So first I am going to discuss with what is chemistry, why chemistry is a syllabus of NEET and JEE both. है ना? So this okay. Audible better? No, no, chemistry is not hard. Chemistry even is the most scoring subject we can say. For JEE point of view and NEET point of view, the most scoring part is the chemistry. But it consists of total three chapters or three subjects we can say: organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and physical. So the variety is more better here. है ना? In the chemistry, like till 10th, you studied some topics, no? Oh, no, not a problem. No, not only remembering beta. With concept, we have to remember. We can't say कि chemistry not only the every part is mugging up and to remember. But there are some links, rhymings in this way we can remember it. Okay. So all the part like organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, they all have equal weightage for JEE point of view and NEET point of view. Okay. So the basic from the basic, I'm going to start. Why it is very chemistry is very important beta for us. Okay. We'll discuss one by one beta. We'll go according to our planner. So what are the doubts we'll discuss? Ki what is orbit, orbits, orbitals. Total there are we can say 30 to 30 chapter. 30 to 32 chapters are there in chemistry. Okay. So just if we focus on our topic starting basic terms in chemistry. Can anyone tell me this term you are aware of? Matter. It's a basic. In 10th class you studied MA double TR beta matter. What is matter? So simple definition is na कि anything which occupies mass, which has mass and occupies space and offers resistance, okay, and perceived by our senses. Perceived by our senses. So we can say that substance is known as matter. Correct? Yes, or correct. Yes, anything that has mass and occupies space has mass perceived by our senses. So my question is, कि, can we say कि light light is a matter? Light, light. So light has mass or no? It has mass? Anything that has mass occupies space. Yes, correct, correct, correct. But I'm saying, light, you can, the photons have no mass. Yes, yes, it has no mass. Okay, so the definition है ना, I am going to write for the matter beta कि the matter is that has mass, okay, occupy space, offers resistance, okay, offers resistance and perceived by our senses. Okay, so what are the examples we can give here, beta? Examples. If I say beta air, is air is a matter? Air. Okay. Acha, air offers resistance or not? Air. Air offers resistance. Yes, air offers a resistance. It has the mass, occupy the space. Correct. Okay. Your books. Okay. We can say books also. Chair. Correct. This thing. Okay, so matter term all of you are studied only also in the lower classes. This is clear for all. Okay, all the अब if I go for next beta है ना, after matter, if I classify the matter है ना, if I am classifying the matter based on two part. One is beta physical state, physical state, and second on the basis of composition. Composition. Second on the basis of composition of the matter. Okay. If you want to write, you can take a screenshot also. I'm going south side. Chalo, now start. So matter, physical state and composition. Beta, what are the different type of physical state? Fundamental physical states for matter. If I divide, then can I say there are three types? Okay. Solid, liquid, and gas. These are three fundamental state. Other than this, other than this, so we have one more beta, which is plasma. Plasma exists at super hot condition beta, है ना? And BEC. BEC. BEC is known as beta Bose-Einstein condensate. This is the Bose-Einstein. Yes, correct, correct. Ania Ramin. Yes. Bose-Einstein condensate, it is at super cooled condition. है ना? But if I classify matter on the fundamental basis, then three are important for us, which is solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas. Clear? Solid, liquid, and gas. Acha, on the basis of composition, if I am going to classify, then can I say कि we have mixtures, so pure substances, है ना, and mixtures, pure substances and mixtures. A pure substance is made up of same type of substances, then this can be classified better. This can be classified into two part again. Okay, so pure means here in pure we have elements. Okay, elements and compounds. Elements and compounds. Okay, and for mixtures, there are two type of mixtures, beta: homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, chalo one by one, can you give me the examples, beta? Ki if composition base and composition is total made up of one type of substance, it is a pure, then we can say elements and compounds, है ना? Elements like, in elements, which type of examples we can get? Elements. So like sodium, iron, oxygen. Okay, these are elements. No? Hydrogen. For compounds made up of more than one elements, so all compounds like carbon dioxide, water, okay, NaCl, correct beta, H2SO4, yes, yes. So these are the pure substances. For mixtures, what is the meaning of homogeneous? Homogeneous or hetero? Beta, homo means same, uniform. Okay. So if throughout the mixture the composition is same, then we can say कि this mixture is beta our homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture. And if composition is different, no, the not uniform, then we can say it is heterogeneous mixture. So matter is classified on the basis of physical state and composition. On the physical state, two states we are having: solid, liquid, and gas. Acha, if I add example of water here in solid, liquid, and gas, okay, can I say for solid which form, beta? Ice form. Okay, for here liquid water, or for gas water steam or vapors. Okay. So any doubt in the classification of matter? I hope all of you are aware of it. Okay, great, great. Okay, now, okay, if you want to take a screenshot, I am giving you first slide also, beta. This one. Okay, so I hope till here everything is clear. अब if I go one by one, beta, for the physical states, है ना? The physical states of matter. Physical states, which are, beta, first one is solid. Can you tell me for solid state what we can say? for volume is fixed or shape is fixed or their particles can move, tightly packed, shape fixed, volume fixed. Okay, tightly packed, good, good. Volume fixed, particles are closely packed. Okay, so for the solids we can say like this. Okay, key fixed shape, okay, and volume. Particles are closely packed. Particles are closely packed in the solid state. Acha, solids are compressible or incompressible? Can we compress? Cannot be compressed. Yes. Okay. Cannot be compressed. Cannot be compressed. Okay. Solids cannot be compressed. So if I want to draw a diagram with a solid state, so suppose they're packing, है ना? Okay, packing, if I say कि देखो atoms are there, they are closely packed. Okay, these atoms in solid, these are closely packed. Okay, close packing, close packing. So particles or the atoms cannot go. Okay, no, mercury is a liquid beta. Less intermolecular distance, definite shape, force or traction more. It's compressed when it is heated or molded. है ना? For different, because solid also has different types. The types of solid we will learn in this a solid state chapter in the second year. Okay. So what is the solid state chapter? Okay, no, no, it's not sponge. Actually, we will learn colloidal solutions. Solid is rigid. Yes, we can say closely packed, so they are rigid. They are rigid. Okay, can I say that solid particles can do the vibrations? Okay, they can vibrate at their mean position. Okay, correct, 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 correct. What is the mean by rigid? Rigid, beta, if we are apply the force, they will retain their shape. So they are very difficult to compress solids. Okay, yes, very less. If I say कि even solid can compress slightly, yes, correct. Okay, so next point is beta liquid. Liquid. So here beta fixed shape or fixed volume. Fixed shape or fixed volume for liquid. Loosely packed, correct. More intermolecular force attraction is less. So their volume, okay, fixed volume, but not fixed shape. Okay, fixed volume but not fixed shape. Okay, like suppose देखो this water bottle है ना, in this water if suppose 700 ml is filled, so can I say कि the volume of water remains 700, if I change it so the shape is changed now beta, the shape of the water is changed because it has the tendency to flow. Okay, water has the tendency to flow. Okay, this is known as beta, they have tendency to flow, means they have fluidity, they are fluids, they are fluids, है ना, they have fluidity. Yes, fluidity. So fixed volume, no fixed shape, cannot be compressed, loosely packed, perceives vibrations, correct. Okay, so fixed volume but not fixed shape, tendency to flow or they have fluidity. Okay, now compressible, Okay, by less amount or less extent, we can compress the liquids, but the extent is less. Okay. Next thing is, better there are no fixed boundaries for liquid, no? Or there's a fixed boundary. So fixed volume but not fixed shape, tendency to flow and fluidity incompressible by less extent. They can be. So their compressibility is more than solid. So if I draw, suppose in a container, we have water vita, water filled. Okay, so their particles can move. Their particles can move. Acha, what is the motion for these particles? They will move in a random direction, na beta, which is known as, which is known as zigzag movement. है ना? They can show zigzag movement. What is this zigzag movement? Zigzag movement. Zigzag movement. Brownian motion. Correct, 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 correct. So this zigzag movement is known as Brownian motion. Brownian motion. Okay, Brownian motion. Acha, how to find out better कि Brownian motion is happening in liquid? Isn't this was an experiment, no? Beta? Maybe you did this in your school. Brownian motion. Okay, okay. Acha, listen carefully. Suppose we have pollen grains, beta. Pollen grains. Okay, the flower petal particles, pollen grains, they are very light. Or if we lay down the pollen grains on the water surface, then what will happen? Yes, kinetic motion. So what will happen? Ki the particles will hit the pollen grains. So then pollen grains will this actually not there in SS syllabus. Okay, okay, no problem. So this zigzag motion is known as our zigzag motion, which is Brownian motion. Okay, for liquids. So copy it. So I'll or you can take a screenshot better. Then I'm moving forward. Like solid has type the beta amorphous solid or this. For liquid, there are some properties like vapor pressure, their boiling point. This we can discuss. Okay, chalo next. Very good, beta. So next is remaining part is beta gas. Gas. Gas is very unique. Even in our chemistry beta, we have gaseous state. Okay, we have gaseous state as a chapter beta, which is a very important chapter for JEE Advanced. Means for our JEE syllabus and NEET syllabus, na gaseous state, liquid solution, and solid state. There are three separate chapters. Okay, so for gas, what we can say beta? No fixed shape or volume. Okay, highly compressible, highly compressible. Gases are highly compressible. Okay, high fluidity. Okay, next what we can say? What is the meaning of volume of gas? Beta? What should be the meaning of volume of gas? If I say कि gas is present in this room, then what is the volume of gas? This is the volume of the room. Volume, if gas is present, LPG, liquid petroleum gas is present in the cylinder, then it will occupy that volume. So volume of gas means volume of that container. Okay, okay. So volume of gas is actually volume of container. Okay, volume of gas is volume of container. Clear? So here with a pressure and temperature is also required to give the volume of gas. Okay. अब how to convert interconvert beta? So maybe you studied the triangle, है ना? Maybe you studied this triangle कि solid, okay, liquid and gas. Okay. Up tell me one by one. I'm asking. If we will go from solid to liquid to solid, है ना? Liquid to solid. This process is known as this process liquid to solid, liquid to solid freezing, or solid to liquid. Okay, solid to liquid. This one melting. Okay, melting. अच्छा, liquid to gas. Okay, this is vaporization. One more term is there, beta, which is evaporation. Okay, evaporation also. Or gas to liquid. Gas to liquid. So gas to liquid is the reverse of vaporization, which is condensation. Condensation. Okay. Acha, if we are going directly from solid to gas, okay, solid to gas, special phenomena, sublimation, sublimation, okay, or gas to solid, then it is deposition, deposition, or it is also known as better desublimation, reverse of sublimation, okay. What is vaporization? Can anyone tell me the difference? We are going to learn now evaporation and vaporization. Okay. Does volume change when the gas compressor? Yes, definitely, beta. We will learn in gaseous state Boyle's law. कि if we are applying the pressure or gas compressing the gas, then pressure will increase, volume will decrease. Deposition or desublimation. Correct. Correct. Okay. So अब one by one है ना we'll discuss कि important term is vaporization and evaporation. What is the difference beta? Evaporation. Evaporation is a form of vaporization, correct? But this happens below the boiling point beta. The surface, from the surface, if particles is going in the air, then we can say it is an evaporation process. But at a fixed temperature, then if it is going, conversion from liquid to gas at boiling point, then it is boiling evaporation. What is the main difference beta? Ki evaporation is a surface phenomena, evaporation is a surface phenomena, but boiling is a bulk phenomena. Boiling is a bulk phenomena. Boiling, the bubble can be formed from the bulk also. Okay, the bubble of the vapor can be formed from the bulk also. Okay, so now I am giving to going to give you a new definition, beta, है ना? So देखो, I am defining first. I am writing with a boiling point. Okay, boiling point. Boiling point. Very important discussion. This in this you will learn something new. So please don't focus on writing, in the chat. Please wait for a while. Boiling point. Okay. So you will say कि the temperature. Okay. The temperature at which okay liquid converts liquid converts into vapors. This is the boiling point definition of it. Is this correct? What is the boiling point of water? What is the boiling point of water? 100 degrees Celsius. अब my question is, can we boil water below 100 or above 100? Is it possible कि we are able to boil water below 100 degrees Celsius or above 100 degrees Celsius? Yes, yes, we can. We can. So this boiling point depends on the external factors also. Okay, external pressure. It depends on the external pressure factors. So how we will define beta? Ab listen carefully. I am giving you a new situation. Ki we have a container. Okay, we have a container. Here a movable piston is present beta. है ना? Here a movable piston present, or this piston we are applying the pressure है ना, which is external pressure. Okay, अब here water is filled. Okay, water is filled. So beta at the surface what will happen? At the surface water particles are present beta at the surface. At the surface, okay, at the surface water particles are present. Now tell me one thing, which particles are having more attraction beta, the particle which is present in the bulk or particle which is present at the surface, which has more force attraction? More force attraction, more bulk particle is attracted by, bulk particle is attracted by the all more particles, but surface particles are free at the surface. Okay, so surface particles feels less attraction, intermolecular force attraction. Is it clear? Ki these surface particles are having less attraction, they are having more energy. Their kinetic energy is more than the average. Ab if any particle hit, they can convert into vapors now beta. They can convert into vapors. So if they are converting into vapors, here, देखो this is our liquid part. Okay, or here we have vapor. Here we have vapor. So initially this vaporization or evaporation will happen. Okay, evaporation will happen. Or this liquid or molecule can also come into liquid. Can I say कि liquid will convert into vapor, liquid will convert into vapor reversibly, liquid to vapor, vapor to liquid. Again, I am repeating. Listen carefully. I am repeating again, Siddharth. Ki liquid we have the surface evaporation is starting. So liquid is going into vapors. Now vapors also can condense. So this process is happening and reversibly happening better. After some time, what will happen? Ki this will reach to equilibrium. Equilibrium means balance. Ki the liquid amount and the vapor amounts remains constant after a time. I am repeating कि liquid and vapor concentration or the amount remains fixed. Okay. At that time, this vapor will apply the pressure on the walls. At that time, the vapors will apply the pressure on the walls. This pressure is known as vapor pressure. Okay. This pressure is known as vapor pressure. Okay. Is it clear? What is vapor pressure? Can anyone tell me? What is the vapor pressure? Ki in a closed container, okay, if liquid is there, then liquid will vaporize. After some time, liquid and vapors present. The pressure applied by the vapor particles in which situation? Equilibrium situation. In a closed container. Okay. So here, this vapor will apply the pressure beta. Vapor pressure. Vapor pressure. Here, so what we will say, okay, the applied by pressure applied by vapors, okay, of liquid in a closed container, okay, at equilibrium situation. At this equilibrium situation, the vapor is applying a pressure which is known as vapor pressure. Now listen carefully. What is boiling point? New definition. Because till now what you studied, beta? Till now you studied that the boiling point is the temperature at which it converts into vapor. Of the new definition of the vapor, your boiling point is that the temperature at which the vapor pressure become equal to the external pressure. The vapor pressure becomes equal to the external pressure, then it is known as boiling point. This is the correct definition of beta boiling point. Again, I am repeating, the temperature at which the vapor pressure becomes equal to the external pressure is known as boiling point. Ab application beta. Can you tell me कि if suppose we are using pressure cooker, what will happen? Pressure cooker. But in the pressure cooker, water boils at low temperature or at a high temperature? High temperature, na? Why? Why? Because we kept that liquid at very high pressure, in the pressure cooker. So external pressure is high, na? Since external pressure is high, so to boil it, we have to give more heat to generate that much amount of vapor to create the same pressure. Okay, I'm repeating, but we required more heat to the liquid to generate that much amount of pressure, which is equal to the actual pressure. So boiling will become difficult. We have to give more heat. Okay, so is it cooking is easy? Cooking is easy, na beta? Because water is boiling at a higher temperature, cooking is easy. Okay, I'm repeating, I'm repeating. What is equilibrium? But equilibrium situation, you can think like this. Ki balance, if I will hold this, it is in balance, ki both side any process is happening. One example very simple to explain the equilibrium part. Let us suppose you have a bucket, in bucket 10-liter water is filled. In a bucket 10-liter water is filled. Okay. Now I start a tap in which water is coming, or I make a hole in the bucket, in this water is going outside. New water is coming, or from the hole water is going outside. If suppose rate of water is coming inside and going outside is equal, then what will happen? That height of the water filled remains same. You will say this is the balance, coming and outgoing is same, it is equilibrium. So equilibrium is a situation when the reaction will come in the equilibrium. Clear? Clear beta? The water is in equilibrium with vapors, because there are two properties na. Yes, yes, rice cooker, na? Correct, correct, correct. Yes, correct. So water is in equilibrium with vapor. Okay. Yes, yes, I am allowing. Just wait. What I want to do. I want to write the boiling point definition. So can I say beta at boiling point, at boiling point, at boiling point, vapor pressure, vapor pressure is equal to vapor pressure is equal to beta external pressure. Vapor pressure is equal to external pressure. Okay. Up there's a term beta normal vapor pressure. There's a term known as normal vapor pressure. If external pressure is 1 atm, okay, if external pressure is 1 atm, then it is known as normal vapor pressure. So if I am saying कि normal vapor pressure, normal boiling point, sorry, my mistake, normal boiling point. If P external is 1 atm, then normal boiling point. What is the normal boiling point of water? What is the value of normal boiling point of water? 100 degrees Celsius. So 100 degrees Celsius is not the boiling point always. We can say it is a normal boiling point. 100 degrees Celsius is the normal boiling point. Whenever the external pressure, if it is 1 atm, then we will say the boiling point is 100. What will happen if we boil atm with atmospheric pressure? ATM means atmosphere, atmosphere, atmospheric pressure. Okay, or 1 atm equals to 760 mm of Hg. 760 mm of Hg. This unit conversion beta is in our planner. We'll discuss unit conversions. Okay, so wait for it. What I am saying, key boiling point definition beta. So boiling point of a liquid is defined as, and you can write down also. Boiling point of liquid is defined as, okay, the temperature at which vapor pressure of liquid becomes equal to the external pressure. If external pressure is 1 atm, then boiling point is known as normal boiling. If vapor pressure is 1 atm, then boiling point is known as normal boiling point. Clear? Can bus one question, then you can take the screenshot better. One question. My one question is, कि please answer what will happen to boiling of water in hill areas? What will happen for the boiling in hill areas? Yes. At hill areas, if we are boiling, then water will boil at higher or lower? Decrease na beta? Correct. It is harder to boil because lower pressure, harder to boil or easier to boil? Boiling point will lower, it is easier to boil. Lower temperature. Chalo. Okay. Take the screenshot. Okay. I'm changing the screen beta. Chalo. So next part after this triangle of conversion beta, I want to discuss, है ना? Basic terms like atoms, okay, molecule, atomicity, atom, molecule, and atomicity. Yes, atoms, molecules, atomicity. This atom word comes from atomio. Okay, atomic. What is the meaning of this word, beta atomio? Ki the smallest unit, okay, of matter which cannot be further subdivided, which cannot be further subdivided, okay, which cannot be further subdivided. So it is indivisible, uncuttable, and according to Dalton's is the basic building block of any matter, substance, atoms. Okay, what is the meaning of it? Molecules. So, can atom may exist freely or not? Atom. So, atom may or may not exist freely. Atom may or may not exist freely. Okay, but it's fine, difficult to exist independently, correct beta, but may or may not, because if suppose we are talking about atoms of noble gases, helium, so helium exists freely beta, but if it is oxygen, then it will not exist freely beta, it in combined form. Okay, अब molecules, so molecules is group of atoms which exist freely or independently. Atoms which exist freely is molecules. So, what are the examples we can give for the molecule beta, like O2 or O2 molecule, ozone molecule, carbon dioxide molecule? Okay, sulfur. Can anyone tell me the molecular formula of sulfur? Sulfur exists in nature in form of sulfur, S8. Correct, correct, beta. This sulfur is known as orthorhombic sulfur, है ना? S8. Phosphorus, molecular form P4. White phosphorus exists in this form, P4. Okay, great, great. So for new term beta, atomicity is very useful, very useful. Atomicity. I'm coming to your question. Just wait. Please spend less time in typing beta. You are not able to then understand what I'm saying. Okay, atomicity. What is the meaning of atomicity? Anyone? Then I'll explain. Very simple. Correct, beta. So atomicity is defined as number of atoms, number of atoms in one molecule, number of atoms in one molecule of any substance. Molecule of any substance. Okay. So what is the atomicity of sulfur beta? If I write sulfur, because sulfur exists as 8, S8. So its atomicity is 8. Okay. If ozone, I am asking ozone atomicity. The oxygen allotropic form, yes, 3. Ozone atomicity, ozone 3. Okay. So if it is a one molecule of that substance, we can say this is atomicity. So on the basis of atomicity, if I classify beta, on the basis of atomicity, there are monoatomic molecules, diatomic molecules, triatomic molecules. है ना? So few examples beta I'm going to give. If you want, take the screenshot of it. Take the screenshot of it. Okay. Ozone chemical formula is O3 beta. O3. O3. Ozone is O3. Poly, हाँ. अब listen carefully. कुछ some examples I am going to give it. Okay, some examples like suppose sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. It contains atoms of hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. Okay, okay, okay. Before once this one. This is a good doubt, but Apurva, I'm clearing. Just wait. Okay, let's complete this part. H2SO4. Beta atomicity of it is 7 because total number of atoms present 7. है ना? अब what is approved out कि CO2 is a molecular compound. Anyone? CO2 is a molecular compound, and Why confusion for molecular compound? हाँ, both molecular and compound. Correct, Joseph. Correct, correct. देखो, listen carefully. Compounds are the pure form. Compounds are the pure form. Okay, where more than one elements are present chemically associated, है ना, with force interval or force attraction with bonding. Okay, they are compounds. But that compound one entity is the molecule. So CO2 is a compound by nature, or it's one entity, single entity which represent one carbon, two oxygen atoms. It is a molecule of carbon dioxide. Okay, so how seven? With a hydrogen, how many hydrogen atoms present? Hydrogen two, sulfur one, or oxygen four. Total seven will come. Okay. My question is, with a there is a compound. Maybe you know anyone. Blue vitriol. What is the formula of blue vitriol? Formula of blue vitriol. Yes, this is anhydrous form, beta. Anhydrous form. Blue vitriol, if we say always with water of crystallization, correct Naman? Great, great. So CuSO4 dot 5H2O is a blue color compound which is known as blue vitriol. Okay, blue vitriol. Now, can you calculate the atomicity of it? Just do it fast. Atomicity. Okay, so many students are getting 21. 21, 21. Okay. So here, beta, how many water molecules present? Total 5. And water atomicity is 3. So this is 5 into 3. And copper sulfate contains 1, 2, and this 4 beta 6. So 21, correct? Yes. Why are you getting 9 or 16? So total number of atoms we have to count. Is it clear? So one more example I am giving you. Suppose H2C2O4 dot 2H2O beta. H2C2O4 dot 2H2O. Huh. This compound name is oxalic acid. This compound name is oxalic acid. Past. Okay, match your answer. Beta, how many atoms present in this part? H2C2O4, oxalic acid part, H2C2O4. So this is 2 plus 2 plus 4, Anna, plus how many water molecules? This water molecules is 2 now, beta. But in water molecules, how many atoms present total? In one molecule of water. In one molecule of water, total we have 3. Okay. So the total summation is, yes, this is 8 plus 5. Final answer will become, okay, 13. Acha, my mistake. This is 6, this is 6 and 4. 40. 2 into 3. 40, 40, 40, 40. Okay? Yes. So, examples clear, beta? Like if I ask, okay, CO2 gas, simple, CO2 gas, carbon dioxide, 3, okay, water, H2O, 3, methane, methane gas, CH4, methane, CH4, 5. So, chalo, ये count. Next is beta types of mixtures, है ना, कि how to classify mixtures. अच्छा, mixture तो भी डिस्कस ना बेटा. Solution. Yes. What is the meaning of solution? The basic terms we are studying beta here. हाँ, solution. So solution is what? Homogeneous mixture. Okay, homogeneous mixture of two components is known as a binary solution, because there is how many components beta? Two. Binary means two. Okay, homogeneous of two components is known as binary solution. Correct. Correct, correct. Okay, so here with a it has two part now with a solute and solvent. Yes, what is solute? Solute, which is generally in bit a small amount. Small amount. Solvent is generally in bit a large amount. Okay, like example, if I take bit a salt in water, NaCl in water. NaCl in water. NaCl water. Okay, so if NaCl in water, then this is our solute, and this part become our solvent. So what are the types of solution? Types of solution. First is unsaturated, unsaturated solution. Second is saturated solution, and the third one is supersaturated solution. Okay, so I'm explaining with this all term. Unsaturated solution, saturated solution, supersaturated solution. Therefore, listen. On a fixed for a fixed amount of solvent, suppose we have 100 gram of water, 100 gram of water, or dissolving NaCl. अब water at a fixed temperature, suppose 20 gram quantity can be dissolved, 20 gram of NaCl can be dissolved in water. So this is known as solubility. If 20 gram is present, okay, if 20 gram is present, then we will say the solution is saturated. What can be maximum dissolved is present. Okay, so this is saturated solution. But if only 10 gram is dissolved, then we will say कि now the solution is unsaturated. अच्छा, can be dissolved more quantity? Can be dissolved more quantity? So we can make it supersaturated solution. Okay, supersaturated solution by on increasing the temperature. Okay, by heating it. Yes, so supersaturated solution, supersaturation is used to crystallize the substance better by rapid cooling. Okay, no. When we increase the temperature, then it becomes supersaturated, and if we decrease the temperature, then crystallization will happen. So for the purification of the crystalline salt, this method is used better. Okay, so solution is clear better. So I am revising just है ना in everything from the starting. What with started with, we start with matter. So matter is anything which has mass, occupied space, okay, perceived by our senses. Next thing, classification of matter. Then we discuss the triangle beta, convergent triangle. More today you have to revise ki what is boiling point, the actual boiling point definition. है ना? What is vapor pressure? We discuss how to increase the boiling point, how to decrease the boiling point. Okay. Then solution, types of solutions, and the solution type that are supersaturated, unsaturated, and saturated solution beta. Okay. So after this, from tomorrow onwards, we'll start the new day two, which is atomic structure. Okay, atomic structure. This is the basic part of it. Polar solvent like water, they have dipoles. This polar, non-polar, you are able to understand when we'll learn the chemical bonding beta. है ना? The knowledge of electronegativity is required to answer polar and non-polar. Clear? So we'll continue. This is from my side beta. From next day we'll start the atomic structure. The please do not study like you are watching only. Study like you make notes proper. Take a screenshot, make the notes, solve the questions. I'll send this question beta. For this the homework questions also I'll share. Thank you everyone.
Hello, students. Good morning. Good morning, students. If you're there, I want your response. So, this is Kavya. I will be dealing with the biology chapter. Okay, all the chapters of biology, botany, and zoology will be dealt by me. Very good morning, champs. So, how was your school? 10th exams, everything? Your results, if you're CBSE, ICSE, what about your results? All good? Okay, great to know. So, as I told you, I will be dealing with the biology, है ना? So, first, we have in the CBSE, we have a chapter called as life process, right? Life process. In the chapter of life process, what do we learn? We learn different subtopics. Okay, so let us know from the beginning. The very first basic unit for life is nothing but food. We require food, right? Yes, we require food. है ना? So what is this food all about? Food is provided for, food is nothing but it is to be taken for providing energy. है ना? Now, why do we take food? How do we take food? We know that a plant is a autotroph which will be producing the food, right? So it is producing the food by the process of photosynthesis. But as plants can prepare their own food, the animals cannot prepare its own food. So animals are dependent upon the plants for its food. The organisms which are dependent upon the autotrophs for its food are called as heterotrophs. Right? So both the terms autotrophs and heterotrophs are clear. Now we are a heterotroph. We are taking in food, right? So now when we are taking in the food, no, am I not audible? I'm not on mute, dear. Am I not audible? Can you check your connection once? Remaining people, can you hear me? Shagufta, it's audible. Shagufta, check your connection once again. Okay? Yeah. No, I'm not. See, if I will be muted, I'll not be audible to the remaining also, na? See, they're saying that I'm audible. Check out your volume in whatever device that you're using. Check the volume of your device. Yeah. So, where was I? I was telling heterotrophs. We heterotrophs are taking in food. Okay. This food is having nutrients. What are those nutrients? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, nucleic acids, vitamins. All this come under the nutrients, right? But this carbohydrate, when it enters into our body, suppose I eat a piece of chapati. Your mother made you a piece of chapati. Okay, big gold roll chapati. Now this gold roll chapati, what will you do? You'll tear it up, you'll tear a piece of it, You will take it into your mouth and you'll start chewing because your body cannot directly take the carbohydrate. So what are you doing? You are trying to break it down. What are you trying to do? You are trying to break it down. You will chew, it will enter into the food pipe. From food pipe, it will be entering into the stomach, right? Now, from stomach, it will enter into the small intestine. Now, in small intestine, we know about the digestive system of human beings that small intestine is having many finger-like projections. Very good, Jashvita. Many finger-like projections called as villi or microvilli, which are increasing the surface area for absorption, matlab what is small intestine doing? Small intestine will absorb all the nutrients from the food that has come into small intestine. Chalo, we will stop over here. We will move to the next one, that is breathing system. Now, what you are doing, you are inhaling air. That air is rich of nothing but that air is rich of nothing but oxygen, carbon dioxide. Very good. Oxygen. Okay, Jashwita, how will we have the inhaled air with lot of carbon dioxide? Inhaled air has more quantity of oxygen. Okay, now this oxygen is entering inside, till there it is fine. Okay, till there it is fine. But who is supposed to carry the oxygen is reaching your lungs? Okay, but who requires oxygen? The cells of your body require oxygen. The cells of your body require oxygen. So the inhaled air is supposed to be transported. Is supposed to be transported. Keep breathing system also aside. Come to the next one, that is excretory system. Now, what are the filtering units? The filtering units. Shagufta, see, everyone is even answering in the chat section. There is some problem with you. You try once again to get in. Okay? Yeah. So, what I was telling, kidneys, very good. The structural and functional unit of kidney is nothing but the structural and functional unit of kidney is nephron. Very good. What is the function of nephron? Filtration of blood. Your body needs to remove certain toxic substances which are produced as the metabolic waste from the body to the external environment, and that is particularly carried by the excretory system. It is particularly carried by the excretory system. So what is it filtering? It is filtering blood, right? So now, till now I was talking about different systems of our body, but did you find something in common? That these substances, whether it be oxygen, whether it be nutrients, whether it be the carbon dioxide, metabolic waste, all the materials are supposed to be transported in our body. They are supposed to be transported in our body, right? So these materials, when they are supposed to be transported in our body, it requires a transportation system. What does it require? It requires a transportation system. Okay, chalo. Now we know about the road transport, bus, we know about the road transport, air transport, water transports, etc. But what is the transport in our body? In our body, okay. So, what did I tell? What is the transportation system in our body called as? The transportation system in our body is what is called as the circulatory system. What is it? Circulatory system. Okay, Shagufta, I'm telling you now that I am unmute. Okay, see, remaining all the students are able to see. They are able to listen. Am I not audible? Shagufta, you try once again. Yeah. So there is a circulatory system which is required in our body for the transportation of oxygen, nutrients, metabolic waste, nitrogenous waste, and carbon dioxide. Not only these, but the hormones which are produced by the endocrine glands are also supposed to be transported throughout the body. So this transportation is usually because of the circulatory system in our body. So in our biology, the very first topic is nothing but the circulatory system. Did you understand the introduction part, champs? Did you understand the introduction part? Yes. Okay. So what is the topic? The topic for our first biology class is circulatory is circulatory system. Okay. So shall we get into the topic? Are you excited to learn more about our circulatory system? Yes? Okay. So let us get into the topic now. Now, what is circulatory system? It is the transportation system of our body. Who will transport it? Blood. Okay. Now, what do we know? We are saying road transport. है ना? Who is going on road? We. But how are we going? We are sitting in a bus, car, motorcycle, train, etc. So, who is the medium that is carrying us? It is nothing but the we all know about the different automobiles, okay, but in our body we don't have bus, train, etc. We have the blood which is flowing throughout our body. Okay, we have a fluid called as blood which is flowing throughout the body. So fluid blood is nothing but the medium. It is nothing but the medium. And how is it transported? Here comes the answer that Jashwita is giving, that it is being transported in blood vessels. It is being transported in blood vessels. Okay, so now let us get into even more detail. This circulatory system, okay, so what is its function? What is its function? It it helps in, I shall be changing the color so that if you find it good. It helps in transportation of, okay, what and all are transported? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, metabolic waste, nitrogenous waste, okay, hormones, etc. Okay, so if you see here, hormones, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, metabolic waste, nitrogenous waste, all these are being transported by the circulatory system. All these are being transported by the circulatory system. So this is what is the function of the circulatory system. Okay, oxygen and nutrients are being transported to the cells, and metabolic waste, nitrogenous waste, carbon dioxide are transported from the cells. Is it clear? Okay, they are being transported from the cells. Shagufta, Zareen, see, if it would have been in my case, no, in my hands that I have mute myself and I am continuously teaching, I would unmute myself. But if see remaining students are able to listen and you are the only one who is not able to listen out of the strength of 87, then there is some problem in your device. What I'm trying to tell is just try to log out, come in again and see if it is possible. Okay, or check your internet connection, or you check the volume of your mobile. Array. Okay, so what did I tell? The circulatory system is helpful for the transportation, right? So till here it's clear. Now we have come from the school level to the college level. So we should be learning something more in detail, right? Something more. Nitrogenous waste means, dear, ammonia, urea, uric acid. These are called as the nitrogenous waste. We human beings, we are excreting urea. Okay, we excrete urea. If you take the condition of birds, birds excrete uric acid. Okay, so the feces, matlab the excreta is nothing but a nitrogenous waste. So if it is having ammonia, okay, I'll write it over here. Metabolic waste could be ammonia, sorry, nitrogenous waste could be ammonia, urea, uric acid. Ammonia, urea and uric acid. Now is it clear? Did you understand what is nitrogenous waste? Metabolic, acha, very simple you can remember. Metabolic waste में ना you can think about the digestive waste, okay, which comes out from your digestive system. Nitrogenous waste na the majority which comes out from your excretory system. This is not for sure, when you go in detail there comes a difference, but for now you can remember metabolic waste comes out from your digestive system. Okay, metabolic waste. Do you know what is metabolism? The metabolism of your body. Any chemical reaction that is taking place in our body is called as metabolism. What is it called as? Metabolism. Now, there for every reaction there will be certain end products. There will be certain end products, right? So, these end products are nothing but the waste products. Okay, in end, suppose you take a mixer, grinder. Okay, now what are you doing? You're trying to prepare a juice. You take an orange, you put it in the juicer and you stir it. You switch on the mixer, it starts churning, 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 churning. It produces juice which is being collected in the glass, and there is some waste which is produced, right? That is one of the metabolic waste. Did you understand? Sri Kiriti and Nana, this is only the full screen. I have not written anything other than that. This is only the full screen. Okay. Is nitrogenous also released from some metabolic activity? If yes, which one? I told you na that nitrogenous waste is nothing but urea, uric acid and ammonia. Okay, so metabolic activity no. The ammonia in the liver, we know our liver, part of digestive system. So this liver converts ammonia into urea and sends it to the kidney and tells kidney you release the urea from the body because this urea is not good for us, so release it. We get this, acha, okay, when we are eating, no, we eat protein, right? So proteins are having nitrogen compounds. Proteins, okay, they are having nitrogen compounds. So they, when they are broken, they convert it to ammonia. It's all from the food that we are eating. Okay, this food is being processed. See, I'll tell you the basic lifestyle first. I will introduce you today the basic lifestyle. We eat food, okay? You will discover how beautiful our body is. We eat food, and that food is being digested in the digestive system. In the digestive system, the small intestine has small finger-like projections called as microvilli, which helps in the transportation of food. It is carried by the blood and it will reach the different parts of our body into the cells. It will reach the cells, right? Okay, now it has reached the cell. Matlab, it is stored in the form of glucose. It is stored in the form of glucose. Okay, but our body, suppose I am holding a dumbbell in my hand, I want to lift the dumbbell like this. I'm supposed to do the exercise. Okay, now here in my arm, whatever the cells are there, whatever the muscles are there, they all have glucose. They all have glucose, but muscle cannot utilize it. Understood? Then what is required? The inhalation of oxygen. That oxygen reaches the lungs. Okay. Now this oxygen, when it reaches the lungs, it is being again transported by the blood. After it gets transported by the blood, again it will reach this cell. Understood? What was there in this cell? What was being stored in this cell? Tell me. What was stored in this cell? Very good. Glucose. Now this glucose is broken down by the oxygen. You know the process oxidation? Do you know? So I'll show you. Oxygen. Oxygen will go and there is glucose in the cell. It will break down this glucose into ATP and waste. Okay, as a result of all the reactions, there is always some or the other waste which is produced. There is always some or the other waste which is produced. This ATP is nothing but energy. It is nothing but energy. Now what happened? Oxygen came to the cell, broke the glucose which was present in the cell, liberated into two, that is ATP and the waste. This energy will be utilized by my hand for lifting up this dumbbell. This energy will be utilized by my hand for lifting up the dumbbell. The waste which was produced in the cell will again be transported by our blood. Okay, it is will be again transported by my blood. If this waste had, because CO2 is there, no, because oxygen is there, so obviously one of the waste will be CO2. One of the waste will be CO2. Again that CO2 is transported to my lungs and I will exhale. And I will exhale. Okay, this is how from the food, if we want energy, we require respiration. We require respiration. Okay, till here it is very clear. Okay, same is the case if we require energy or if we require any transportation, that is because of nothing but the circulatory system. Understood? Same is the case with now the digestive system. Digestive system may it absorbed, it stored it in the cell. The waste material which is produced is again moving from small intestine to large intestine, from large intestine to rectum, rectum to anus and excreted every morning. Understood? Okay. Same case. The water we are drinking is not moving into the alimentary canal. Partially it is moving into alimentary canal, but not completely. Okay. So the blood, there is a filter system in our body, RO system, like we have at our home, no? An RO system which will like filter the pipe water and give us a fresh alkaline mineralized water, right? Same is the case with our body, but here our body, this is not giving any alkaline or mineralized water. Rather, there is a unit called as nephron, which is a structural and functional unit of kidney. All the blood, okay, when the heart is pumping, it is being transported to the kidney also. Okay, it is being, now I'm talking separately about the excretory system. So it is being transported to the kidney. In kidney it will turn in the nephron, and when it is turning in the nephron, then nutrients will be absorbed back into the blood and the waste material will be eliminated in the form of urine, okay. So that is what is. Now if you do a test, okay, if you go for a urine test, or understood, so you will come to know what are these nitrogenous waste. In, if you go for a urine test and you see a report, lab report, no, you'll see they'll show the amount of ammonia, urea, uric acid present in it. Got the point? Yes or no? Are you understanding? Yes? Okay. So where were we? We were talking that the circulatory system helps in the transportation of different types of substances, which could be hormones, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, metabolic waste and nitrogenous waste. Right? Now there are two types of circulatory system. I have told you what is circulatory system. Zavia Sabine, what happened? What once again? What do you need me to explain? Let me know. What do you want me to explain? Which subtopic or which word, anything? Samudva. Good. Samudva is advanced learner. Zavia Sabine, ATP. What is ATP? ATP is nothing but energy. Okay? Nana, see. From food we get energy, we say. है ना? That is still school we learn it. We have come to advanced level, we have grown up, so we learn in more detail. Okay, from food what do we get? Glucose, right? Glucose is stored in the cell. Understood? The glucose which is stored in the cell cannot be utilized by our body until it is broken down by the oxygen. Oxygen from where we will get? From the air. We will inhale oxygen, it will enter into respiratory system, but oxygen is supposed to be transported from the respiratory system. Just imagine, all the cells of my body are not accumulated at lungs, no? Right? So it has to reach from the lungs, it has to somewhere reach the cell. That is done by the blood circulatory system. Now in the cell, who was there? Glucose. Okay, oxygen will go and it will break the glucose and convert it into ATP and waste material. ATP is nothing but energy. Adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. For now, you people just remember it is nothing but energy and waste. Energy will be utilized by our body. Waste will be removed from our body. Got it, Zavia? Mukti, you are smart, but I am supposed to reach each one of you. So, yes, what Zavia Sabine, did you understand? Huh, good. Okay. Chalo. Now we know about circulatory system. We move to the next subtopic, that is types of circulatory system. Okay. So we move to the subtopic types of circulatory system. Okay, so now when I talk about types of circulatory system, as one of you told, there are two types of circulatory system. One is open circulatory system, one is open circulatory system, and the other one is closed circulatory system. Okay? Okay, these are the two types of circulatory system. I will tell you what is open and what is closed circulatory system. Who is the blood pumping organ? Blood pumping. Who will do? In our body. Very good. Heart. Right? So, heart is the blood pumping organ. Now, when the heart is pumping the blood, listen carefully, when the heart is pumping the blood, then if the blood is flowing in the blood vessels like in us, then it is a closed circulatory system. Okay, it is a closed circulatory system. From heart, if the blood is flowing into the blood vessels, blood capillaries, etc., then it is called as a closed circulatory system. Okay, but if the blood pumping organ heart is pumping the blood and the blood enters into the body cavity, then it is what is called as the open circulatory system. It is moving directly to the cells. There are no blood vessels and blood capillaries. Is it clear? I will show you now. Okay. So open circulatory system. So it will be reaching. Yes, this is better. Heart. Okay. From the heart, it is reaching to the cell. From the heart it is reaching to the cell, and from the cells it has to circulate, no, so it is reaching back again into the heart by the help of nothing, by the help of nothing. Okay, so you can also say, I'll show you it directly, you can also say heart pumps blood directly into directly into body cavity body cavity called sinuses. Okay, point number 1. Point number 2, no blood capillaries, no blood capillaries. Okay, next, if you see in closed circulatory system, heart pumps the blood into blood vessels into blood vessels and blood capillaries and blood capillaries. Automatically second point will be blood capillaries are present. Nana, did you understand what is the difference between open and closed circulatory system? Point 2 is not on the screen. Both I can see. Point 2. You cannot see the whole board. You cannot see the whole board. What is sinus? Sinus is nothing but the body cavity. Okay, the space of your body. Internally you are hollow, in which we are having the, are there any advantages of open and closed circulatory system? Very simple, dear. Open circulatory system is present in very primitive organisms. I'll give you examples. That is what is the next one. Okay. And closed circulatory system, it is actually present in the highly developed organisms. Let me give you examples so that you understand. So open circulatory system may, the examples are arthropoda. Okay, I'll write the example over here. Arthropoda. Okay, arthropoda means cockroach, insects. Example, cockroach. Okay, Arthropoda will be having open circulatory system. Okay, okay, the one Haripriya, do you know what are arthropoda? And yes, some Sanvi has answered mollusk. That exactly is what is the next one? Mollusk. Mollusk, nothing but octopus. Mollusk, nothing but octopus. Okay, these are examples for the open circulatory system. Yes, exactly. Sinus is what is also called as the hemocoel. Understood? Next, moving on to the closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system can be seen in Annelida. Annelida, example, earthworm. Annelida, example, earthworm. And second example is chordates. Okay, chordates means which will be having a vertebral column. The organisms which have the vertebral column are called as chordates. Okay, echinodermata, partially. Correct, correct. Okay, humans obviously we are chordates only, na? We have a vertebral column, right? Okay, so there are two types of circulatory system, open and closed. Open circulatory system, heart pumps the blood into the body cavities directly, that is into the hemocoel, and the blood capillaries are absent. Open circulatory system with the examples arthropoda means the insects and mollusca. One of the example of mollusca is nothing but octopus. Next, moving to the closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system means heart will pump the blood, okay, into the blood capillaries, which will transport the blood to the target cell. That is what is closed circulatory system. Example, Annelida, earthworm, chordates, as you said, echinodermata. Echinodermata is nothing but starfish. Okay, Shagufta gave the word echinodermata, but that is what exactly it is, nothing but the starfish. Got it? Okay, this is what is the circulatory system, types of circulatory system. Okay, now moving on to the components of circulatory system. Okay, tell me what and all can it include? Obviously, components of circulatory system means it will include heart, blood vessels, blood vessels and blood. Okay, so components of circulatory system or circulatory system of our body, what does it include? Blood pumping organ, heart, pipelines from the heart, that is blood vessels, and what is transported by those pipelines? Blood. Okay, so this is what exactly are the different components of the circulatory system. Okay, now we will be learning about each one of them in detail. We will learn about heart, we will learn about blood vessels, and we will learn about the blood as well. Okay, first and foremost, we will be learning about the blood. Okay, then we will come to the structure of heart and blood vessels. Understood? So we are going to first talk about blood, heart, and then the blood vessels. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes? Okay. So I will be teaching you about the composition. Lot of knowledge for today. I want to take a break. I will be teaching you about the composition of blood, which is little advanced level in the next class. Understood? Okay, but before you people go, you should be knowing that bio class is gonna be a very, very, very interesting class because we are going to share multiple facts about human body, about different branches of science every day. Okay, we'll be sharing multiple facts. I will be sharing multiple facts. Okay, you want me to show the previous slide? Here you are. Got it? So, are you ready for the fact for the day? Are you ready for fact for the day? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what are mammals? What are mammals? Do you people know what are mammals? Yes. Okay. What are mammals? All animals. All animals are not mammals. What are mammals? Partially correct. Give birth directly. Yes. Samhita. Feed milk. The organisms, yes, which give birth directly is also correct. Okay, but not only mammals, there are other organisms also which are viviparous. So when we are talking about the mammals, we purely tell that the organisms which are having the mammary glands, matlab milk producing glands, are called as mammals. Okay, they are feeding the young ones with their milk. Such organisms are called as mammals. Can you people give me example of mammals, the organisms which feed their young ones with their milk? Example: cow, humans. Okay, explore more. I want more diverging ideology. Dog. Okay, fine. Dog, cat, dog, monkey. No, no, women are not meant to. Acha, your answer is, I am telling about the female. Okay, bat. Somebody has given bat. Tiger, cat. Okay, lion. Yes, this was what I was waiting for. B. Aishwarya, she mentioned whales. Do you know whales and dolphins are also mammals? Do you know that? Whales and mammals are also the mammals. Do you know that? Whales. So, matlab, whales will be producing milk to feed their young ones. Dolphins will be producing milk to feed their young ones. Right? Now, both of them, where do they live? Whales and dolphins, where do they live? Water, ocean, they are aquatic organisms, right? When they are living in aquatic organisms, just imagine if they release milk, the milk will get dissolved in the water. Then how is a whale feeding its young one? Or how is a dolphin feeding its young one? How? Highly rich milk. What? Highly rich milk, matlab, ours is not highly rich milk or what? It won't dissolve. Why? Correct. It won't. No. Not anything related to the pressure. I'll tell you. Okay, let me tell you. Very good. The milk is like toothpaste. Okay, the milk is like toothpaste. So why is the milk like toothpaste? Because in the milk of a whale, it is very thick, high consistency, like toothpaste, because it is having 45 to 50 percentage of fats, because it is having 45 to 50 percentage of fats. That is the reason, yes, so that is the reason why the milk consistency, the thickness of milk is like toothpaste. So it will release the milk from its mammary gland and it will be taken by the baby dolphin or sorry, baby whale. Okay, same is the case with dolphin as well, but dolphin's milk is not that much thick. Okay, how much thick it is? No, it is having 25 to 30 percentage of fats. It is having 25 to 30 percentage of fats. So this 25 to 30 percentage of fats is making the milk less consistent comparatively than the blue whale. Did you understand? It has mammary glands. Abhishek, it has glands which will produce milk. They are present slightly below the gills. Okay, it will produce milk. They are slightly present below the gills. Got it? Are you ready for one more fact? Are you ready for one more fact? Okay. Are the facts interesting? See, there are many students in the class. Some of you might know the fact, some of you might not know the fact. Okay. But I will be telling it because I want to tell everyone. Understood? It's not necessary that what facts I share will be known by all of you. Okay. So, I will be sharing a fact about octopus. Do you know octopus? Octopus has 8 legs, 8 long arms, right? If you see the image of an octopus, you can see that it is having suckers, dot dot. It will have suckers, right? These suckers help in the attachment from on the surface when they are moving. They put a arm like this which helps to attach to the surface on which it is moving. Okay, if you cut, there are many facts that I'm telling you. Okay, if you cut one of the arm of octopus, it has the capability to regenerate that arm. That arm can be regenerated by, yes, it has the capacity of regenerating the arm. Okay, octopus is boneless. It is not having any bones. It is not having any bones. So, it is having the capability of squeezing through the blood. Any hole, it is having the capacity to squeeze through any small sized hole also. Okay, if you give a little space also, it will squeeze through it and enter because it is boneless, because it is boneless. This was about outer structure. Shall we get inside? Coming to inside, very good, somebody has already. Octopus is having 3 hearts. How many hearts? It is having 3 hearts, and its blood is blue in color. Its blood is blue in color. Okay, so it is having the blue blood because of pigment hemocyanin, because of pigment hemocyanin, which is a copper pigment. Okay, which is a copper pigment. Like we know that human beings have a red colored blood because of the pigment hemoglobin, iron containing pigment hemoglobin. Same is there is a different case for octopus. It is having a copper containing pigment called as hemocyanin, due to which the blood of the octopus appears to be blue in color. Okay, and they are having 9 brains. They are having 9 brains, because of which they are considered to be very, very intelligent invertebrates. Okay, if you put a puzzle in front of it, no, it has a capability to solve the puzzle. If you put a maze in front of it, it has the capability to solve the maze. It is that intelligent. And one more, they are not mammals. They are not milk producing glands. They are mollusk. Mollusks are different, mammals are different. I told you here, no? They are mollusks. This. Okay. Most importantly, octopus has a they have camouflage, okay. They show camouflage, matlab they can change its colors. And one of the most important and the unique feature, which is also shared by squids, okay, is they release ink, bluish colored ink. If suppose a shark is coming from front, an octopus will release bluish ink into the water, which will be surrounded, okay, it will be surrounded to the octopus, which will protect the octopus from the prey, which will protect the octopus from the prey. Okay, this is one case. Another case, it is showing decoy. Okay, it decoys the prey. How does it decoy the predator? So if you see how it decoys, no, with that ink, it will be forming a image or the shape of an octopus. The predator will be thinking that octopus, that image is nothing but a real octopus, and it will attack to that image. And the real octopus will be Chumantar. It will try to escape. Understood? So an octopus, squid, these all release bluish black ink into the water to protect themselves from the predator. Got it? Got it? Yes. Were the facts interesting? Most of you might know, few of them not know, but were the facts interesting? Yes. Okay. Tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow, as I told you, I will be telling about the composition. I'll be teaching about the composition of blood. We know that different types of substances are transported by the blood, right? Now, these substances, when they are transported by the blood, there should be something in the blood which is transporting these substances. We know partially about RBC, WBC, platelets, etc. We will be learning about each one of them in detail. So, will you people be there in tomorrow's class? I will be teaching. We'll complete, see, but we will complete one chapter of zoology. Then I will be teaching you a new topic. I am a bio faculty, so I will be dealing with both botany and zoology. Is it clear? Compound, what, Zavia Sabine, what did you ask? Components of circulatory system. Heart, blood vessels. Heart, blood vessels, blood, same thing. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be learning from about blood. Okay. Which branch am I teaching? Will you come, Sanvika? Chalo, come, join as my student. Anywhere, any branch, you will have the same type of teaching. Don't worry at all about that. I'm currently dealing with the Chola branch of Madhapur. Okay? How was the class? How was the class? Interesting? Good? Okay. Tell me, I will be asking you three things. Just tell me that. Okay, first and foremost, is my language understandable? Yes. My vocabulary, my language, understandable? Okay. Second, is my pace fine? Speed of teaching, is it fine? Yes. Okay. Good to know. Last but not the least, when I am teaching, are you people understanding the concept? Okay. Are you people bluffing me or is it genuine answer? You people are bluffing me or genuine answers? Genuine? Okay, I'm happy to know. So we'll meet back again in tomorrow's class with more and more concept depth as well as more and more facts. Okay? Okay. So I want you people to be in this. Ask your friends also to register. Okay. Thank you, Cham. Thank you for your compliment. Thank you, students. Thank you so much for the class. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Chams.